close these curtains, get changed, and get into game number 1.
It's, with all things for anti-mages, can you get through the lane? And when you're playing into, what's it? It's Snap Mars? Lil Shredder, Rebuke, Spear. There is a chance anti-mage could die if he wastes his blink, but in reality, I am expecting anti-mage to have the farm that he expects from the laning phase, and yeah, it's just pick and choose the right fights. The way that Nande plays is, hyper aggression. As soon as he gets an item that gives him life to the fight, he is going to want to join that fight, and he has to be careful. A couple early deaths, puts himself behind the Ursa. Whilst Ursa has Battle Fury, he has Helmadom. There is a world where his own need for fighting could make this game a lot harder. So we shall see what he can do to balance that.
There's no way we're getting through this entire series without Nande going and doing something ridiculous, which either extends the game by 20 minutes or throws the game for this team. That's just Nande. You have to just be ready for it.
Just for the record, by the way, Nomad has Kadara muted. So if I react to it and Nomad doesn't, it's because, he's muted Kadara due to this. But he has put every voice line that I have ever done in Dota into one chat wheel. And whenever I cast him, he's told me he will spam it. That's just a PSA. He's trying to tilt me. He's probably going to rewatch the VOD, win or lose, and be like, he's probably going to go goblin mode watching it, but...
He sure is.
Yeah, I shall not react again to it. That was the one reaction, dear Kadaro.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
I promise I won't. Hey, unless it's a really good usage, I promise.
Okay. Well, blocks coming out on both sides. Eki just laying into Nande to start this off as well, who immediately levels Blink just to get himself away. But with the blocks from Saberlight, they have got this wave under the tower, which is could make it a little awkward for Nande. We'll see. The double deny, very nice. That's going to put Avalos in a bit of an advantage up here in the top side of the early levels. Meanwhile, towards mid, it is Lorinov versus Xeni on the Puck versus Dragon Knight matchup. As mentioned, this is a matchup which should naturally favor the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, DK will just be able to see us really well, pressure the tower. We saw the matchup again yesterday, where Puck has good levels. You might even put DK to low HP, but you're never going to kill him. As soon as DK hits 6, supports come to mid, you take that tower, you just prevent Puck from feeling like she can do everything, right? And the fact that you have to think about mid lane even more, it does stop Puck from making the hard camp stack next to her mid lane, farming that stack eventually. It's really just delays Puck.
Also, Xeni using the Dragon's Blood Dragon Knight, which sounds stupid, but I played against the other day. It's really hard to see when he's actually attacking. It's just like you're used to Dragon Knight being this big, slow, heavy sword swings, and this guy just kind of like does some stuff. He occasionally punches the creeps. It's I don't know, for some reason it was just catching me off guard and messing me up on denies and stuff. But
I actually forgot this cosmeticals in the game. Like, it's just
very rare. This is
you don't really see it.
Good old Dragon's Blood. Nande, he's fine, being healed up by Kadar. You'll always come out of the lane okay with a Warlock on your team.
Yeah, it's really hard to lose lane with Warlock. Due to the, pushing out the wave with your bonds, being able to heal your carry. It's just, if the lane's difficult, push the wave. If the lane's easy, heal your carry, and then rinse, repeat. Of course, just need to make sure you continue bringing out resources. If you ever don't have mana, then it can be difficult. Nande actually jumping in.
Aggressive.
Yeah. They see the Miss Spear and big indicator.
It is true, and Eki should be dying for this, and that will be a first blood going the way of Kadar. In fact, not to Nande, so that is one bright side for Avalos. Saberlight going to push Nande into the... Saberlight, buddy.
I mean, today we learned. I actually thought you'd get pinned to the Lotus well, I'll be honest. As soon as you put that spear out...
at some points, but yeah, it's there's something weird about it, but you can get pinned to it. I've seen people get pinned to it before, but... yeah, Saberlight not doing his homework on to pin or not to pin.
Exactly where, yeah.
And mid lane, really not any difference in here at the moment.
No, again, it's going to be coming into play at level 6.
Although
CS-wise,
DK has got a pretty decent wave coming into him at the moment, so he might be able to pull ahead, but he's just choosing to get some good harass out onto Lorinov, use that Dragon Tail, and get some clicks in.
I think like the saving grace for mid lane is the fact that the supports on Pipsqueak aren't the strongest at making rotations. Like Warlock can move in, but he doesn't provide stun, right? He's just kind of like shoving the wave, shoving the heroes in. And Batrider, flame break into a park. It's not like a clean, as if it's like a lion or a shaman, anything like this, right? So that could be something Avalos is able to play around, the fact that if the supports do come mid, it's not the most impactful pressure compared to, you know, Snapfire and Pugner, who are very, very dominant in the early rotations.
Yeah, that is true. Lorinov taking some heavy hits from XME here. Got caught just before the he jumped to the orb, so doesn't be able to get away too easily. Eki gonna go make some snacks in the triangle. Ooh, but blocked by Kadara. At the very least, won't be making any of the hard camp stacks.
They are making stacks, but it's not as if they have a natural ancient stack taker as of yet, right? It is going to be Ursa upon completion of the Battle Fury. So it could be a world where maybe even Kadaro with Fatal Bonds, the DK or the Batrider can contest.
Talking of DK, he's getting jumped at mid, but yeah, they don't quite. Careful, buddy, careful. He runs forwards, and that might be the death of him. Pugner Blast does catch him. Janty gets the kill.
He walked back in.
Yeah, he really did. He was out there. He was okay, but feeling a little bit too cocky. Caught a little shredder, caught a blood grenade, and then caught another blast to the face.
Yeah, just talking about the support difference, right? We mentioned how Avalos supports are better at the early rotations, and they're proactive. They look for the move, they get the DK kill. Sure, Ursa dies at the same time, hence why Batrider wasn't rotating to mid. But still, good moves from Avalos in the mid lane. We'll see if they can still kind of hit that stride, right? DK's about to hit level 6. Can they enable him? Can they look to take that tower? As Kaori does get coiled up.
Yeah, he's doing good damage back the way of Lorinov, though. So if Lorinov really wants to go for this kill, then it is going to cost him. He does realize that, backs himself away.
No, with Coil being on cooldown, it just... I'm kind of seeing the green light of, hey, you want to go hit that mid tower? And meanwhile, Centaur is only about 600 gold away from his Helmet Dominator. So Centaur is another good... Yeah, it's a good option, though, for Centaur, right? Because normally, his first item in the game would be Blade Mail, continue farming, maybe look for like a run into the middle of the fight. It'd be Vanguard, but then you're just still farming, zero presence. But Helm of Dom, it kind of rates it, right? It still gives you the tankiness, gives you that map play that we've already seen. Centaur, a good option for him, as Ursa is looking to contest. Only level 5, though.
This is very aggressive, and Yayo realizing pretty quickly that this isn't the place for him. Smiling Knight still trying to stand his ground, but he has to back away. Kaori will be taking the Shrine of Wisdom. Jantra and Smiling Knight running away on very low HP.
I mean, they get the Wisdom, but Kadara, I believe he had TP up the entire time, but he opted to walk from the triangle all the way to the Wisdom Shrine as they engaged. Meanwhile, Nande getting a solo kill onto the Mars.
Does
he die? He doesn't die!
Ooh, Eki. I mean, he had the blink, so just decided that it wasn't worth trying to follow up there, Eki, so Nande gets away with it. That is crazy.
Whew.
And yeah, it looks like the end just hit 6 a little bit earlier than Saberlight expected. And bang, there comes the Mana Void. Eight-minute power rune. It is going to go to Lorinov. It is going to be an Invis.
Invis. You probably should hold that. Maybe farm a camp or two. Enable Eki to get level 6. And then just go together. Go for a Coil Mortimerkiss 2-man kill. Anti-Mage can die. DK can... anyone can die to these two heroes on the map. They just need Eki to get level 6. He's, only a quarter of a level away.
Lorinov, though, says no. I will stay mid. I will get the creeps. I will get the experience. You shall sit in the jungle and watch.
Centaur got the best creep, actually. This is the #1 reason why you want to buy Helm Dom. The Troll Summoner. Just raise the dead, 20-second CD, put some skeletons on the ground. Yeah, the
They'll
boss.
buff each other up as well
Do you
with the rally.
want to be here?
Janta, he's hanging out. He's got Eki behind him. Both supports down the bottom
Okay.
lane. They will be okay. But does feed away the Nether Ward.
Okay. Yeah, in regards to the Helm of the Doms, it's 2 for the side of the Dire and only 0 on the side of Avalos. His natural map play will somewhat favour Pipsqueak. I say somewhat, it will just favour Pipsqueak.
Yeah. Kaori, though, seen on the sidelines and does get taken out pretty quickly, but in comes Valentimus looking for a bit of revenge. Moving on to Eki here. Who else is joining us? Nane and Kadara also connecting up with this one as Lorinov drops down the coil, but the arena also being thrown down by Saberlight and snapping the coil onto Kadara, and the anti-mage is dead as well. Eki with the kisses from the sidelines. They're going to take down all 3 of the aggressors. Avulus just absolutely rinsing Pipsqueak+4.
Just bringing in the heroes, using all the spells. You don't need to. You don't need me to list them. It speaks for itself, and that's why I'm kind of surprised that Pipsqueak is this aggressive. Right? They could just hit their farming pattern. They've got the double helmet dom. Just hit the jungle camps, enable themselves to scale into the game. And I'm not saying you should wait for the entire pipe from a centaur, but why not just keep farming? Know that if you're even on farm, you're very, very happy in this game. If you offer up your bodies, die a couple times. This is an Ursa that was relatively starved in the lane. Now he's got a cornucopia and a broadsword. Right? You don't want him to get the Battle Fury anytime soon.
No. Yeah, they may have just planted the seeds of destruction in this first game. See what Avalos can do to take advantage of that. Keep building their own game. Yeah, Lorinov is pretty down farmed, honestly. Didn't struggle at all in this mid.
Again, the farm of the puck, you don't lose farm on puck. It's more you lose tower, and then through losing tower, the map play gets harder. The fact that Avalos rotated supports in first, killed off the DK, that kind of subconsciously stopped DK from ever trying to take the tower, and that alone is like net massive win from Avalos.
When Ursa hits its timings, as you mentioned before, it's going to be really hard for the Asante Mage to play the fights, and for the DK, to be honest. Like these tanky heroes just don't feel like they can stand their ground against a farmed Ursa. They are on a timer somewhat in how they can play the fights, and how easily it's going to be to stand up and take these longer drawn-out engagements.
I just want to see Pipsqueak just farm, right? That's it. Just be happy with the fact that you had all your heroes achieving everything, and Kaori also happily hitting his times, getting the Blink Dagger. DK just got his Blink Dagger. Again, Kaori doesn't have it yet, sorry. He's about 700 gold away. Saberlight, though, they're smoked up. They are trying to find the Anti-Mage, but it reveals on the Hellbent Smasher. Ooh, and a TP out. Oh, Kadari, boss, you're in the middle of all of them.
He's just going to come in on this one. He's got his own Kedic offering to bring down, and they actually find Puck instead. Great reaction there from the DK as they move over towards Eki. The Golem comes down to stop Eki's TP, and Nande will be able to kill him off. Cute play there from Eki as he throws a blood grenade to the neutral camp to try to aggro it to get the deny, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
You gotta love the fact that, like, if you rewind the clocks like half a year, when anti-mages don't go as the anti does die in mid lane, if you rewind the clocks, if the anti-mage doesn't have a helmet dominator there, let's say he's got components of Battle Fury, he won't see them there. He'll probably still run into them. He'll die. Fight's very different. But he has Dom creep. It's the little things.
So
we are looking at
Avalos
Avalos
here on the bottom side, but with the enrage, he's going to be able to live through it.
But the map is just falling apart. That constant aggression from Pipsqueak. Like, as much as they are farming, they're reacting. This is what I want to see. React to Avalos' aggression. outplay them, and then look to make moves. The next knee, of course, with the Blink Dagger, instantly reveals it onto the puck top. You're not ready for that at all on Lorinov. You get the kill. Then Twin Gate bottom, pressure the Ursa, take the tower. This is much better Dota from Pipsqueak. They've had to recalibrate a little bit in the game, but they are finding their groove.
They certainly are.
Is that Blade Mail? Oh, it's not. Oh, he's actually not even going Blade Mail. He's just going straight pipe. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, going straight for the pipe. We've got Blink Dagger now available on the Batrider once his courier meets him.
Interesting.
Pretty
I think
exciting time.
the reason for this is maybe that, like, you mentioned Blade Mail's really good, right? Because you've got the kisses from the Snapfire. The puck does a lot of magic damage into the fights as well. However, those are both magic sources. Then if you go to build the pipe afterwards as well, it sort of gets a bit confusing. So maybe he's just seeing that counter synergy and feeling like he doesn't want to build both those items in particular in this game. I don't know what his reasonings are, but that would make sense to me. Sloranov just getting some help to clear out this triangle. You mentioned that there's no natural ancient taker until the Ursa has Battle Fury. He picks up the Battle Fury, and Lorinov runs into the triangle to farm up the stacks. So,
well, if you didn't see it, it never existed.
Yeah, you better hope.
Yeah. Smiling like, oh, don't worry, guys, you didn't make stacks. It's okay, I'll farm now. I'm sure that's how carry players act.
I mean, I've even had a game where I was playing carry, there was some stacks being made, and I was like, oh, good, I'll go farm those, go to farm them later, and I was like, oh no, the enemy took our stacks, guys. Like, pinging them out, and everyone's just, like, silent. And I was like, damn, I checked the replay afterwards to see how that happened. No, it was just my mid laner. Just my mid laner.
The next level to that is,
I was like, oh.
you should do it as a support. You know, you run in, you take them, but don't tell anyone. And then a minute later, just ping it and go, guys. Just...
Oh, guys, someone's taken them.
Oof, the net worth difference, though, between Anti-Mage and Mars. And again, not expecting Mars to ever pressure, realistically, the Anti-Mage. There could be moments where you might get the odd kill if you know, in the laning phase, but in the grand scheme of the game, yeah, Anti-Mage is having a wonderful time. And he's going to have the Battle Fury complete in 200 gold at 16 minutes. He's got Treads, Wraithband, Helm of Dom, plus Battle Fury. Nande is incredibly farmed.
It really is. Yeah, fully ahead.
Stampede?
Listen, it was boring. Nothing was happening. Everybody's jungling. Stampede. Efficient.
Alright, I believe...
Take the camps faster.
I believe his Essence Ring and his Stampede button might be close. Because he pressed Essence Ring. And then also Stampede kind of in the same time window. So there is a world in which... Yeah. Maybe he has like T for neutral and like, I don't know, Y for ultimate, kind of weird. Or R for ultimate if he wants to be more classic. That's the hard-hitting questions that we need if we ever had an interview.
Indeed.
How did you misclick?
What about one mistake you made in game one? Let's go back to that.
Oh, and by the way, congratulations on qualifying to DreamLeague.
Yeah.
But anyway, we want to focus... Yeah.
First question.
First question. You don't even congratulate. Enter the interview. Why did you use Stampede in game one? Like really, really heated. Get really emotional. Well, the game has it has slowed down a tad. Of course, for Avalos, the blinks, the initiations, the fight is scaring them. Of course, they do have a lot of team fight themselves, but there is no damage to connect it as of yet. Once Smiling Knight gets his own Blink Dagger, it will give a lot of life to a coil or an arena, and that is why Avalos slowed down the game. Nice TP out though from the Ursa.
Nande's doing this thing again.
What? Doing what?
I saw this the other day, where you just take a creep and you just gather up the creep waves. No, look at Smiling Knight right now.
Yeah, where the Ursa is. Yeah.
Ooh, there you go. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really cool concept because you're going to make a double wave. So when you have a double wave, when that connects with your wave, it is going to kill your wave quicker, which then denies the enemy from farming it, right? And it pushes to you to inevitably farm. Sableye has jumped into...
Yeah, he did jump in, but kind of looked like he was getting jumped, to be perfectly honest. But yeah,
okay.
So The other
So
thing
can I-
about that with the creep wave thing as
Okay.
well is that it also led to their tower almost being taken there. I mean, it's down to like 45 HP, so I'm wondering if that's part of it as well.
I mean, it's just the idea that you deleting away from the game, not through killing it, but Smiling Knight is also deleted. Conceptually sounds very cool because the tower will kill the creep wave, your double wave will kill the creep wave, and if you're not there, you're just starved of additional golden XP. Normally you leech a little bit of it, right? A hero will be there. So, I don't know. I think it is an evolution of the Dom meta. We never really saw it at TI. It was a click down lane and haha me farm. So this just feels like the next step to it. And no, I respect it, especially if it's used correctly. And you're not just feeding the summon, right? Because you can put it in very scary positions. But whilst we were talking about the style of Helma Dom used by Pipsqueak, we have seen a Mars die, an Ursa die,
Yeah,
and an
yeah,
8,000 gold
Pipsqueak
lead
are winning the
grow.
game by just killing heroes, but
Yeah.
you know, also
I mean,
cool helm stuff.
Yeah, cool helm stuff, yeah. Orchid also complete on the DK for some time, hence why they have been able to find additional kills. Orchid is very, very good against Ursa, preventing him from enraging. So I like the itemization there on DK.
And this is the cool part of the Dragon's Blood set where you get the cool dragon. And this dragon just looks great. It looks so cool. Very well designed.
Oh.
And back to this.
I was waiting for some hard-hitting analysis, and my guy was like,
No,
"Oh,
I
it's
just like
pretty."
the dragon.
Fair enough.
Actually looks like a dragon and not some weird demon thing. 20 minutes only, but it's an 8k gold advantage for Pipsqueak+4. The efficiency from them has been just off the charts. Every single fight has been going their way, bar one, where they massively overextended. But other than that, it's all looking good for them. Avalos, it's time to make some plays. That's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah, look at Exonido. He has the ward in a really, really good position as well. Like,
So
he knows
well
his team's doing Tormentor, use the ward. And also, it's like the smoke wasn't the cleanest from Avalos, right? They smoked up, Ursa then broke it instantly. Mars was showing on mid. Then no one's showing bottom whilst it's hitting the tower. No one's showing top whilst the creeps. Like, this is also the benefit of the Helmet Dominator, right? The fact that you do have these waves hitting towers as Gianta dies top, it gives so much map presence. Like, without this, DK, you know, he probably would be in a different position and dying. So yeah, Pipsqueak just playing the map so much better than Avalos. Getting everything that they could ask for. And then, what is Smiling Knight saying right now? Okay,
Well, it's
not
an
much.
arena coming down onto Kaori, so Kaori, he should be dropping it. Oh, kisses,
Oh,
kisses, a little off
Stampede
the
to
mark
dodge.
there. That means Kaori's going to live, and in fact, it's Saberlight who dies. Mana Void comes out, and Saberlight goes down.
I mean, he had the pipe buff on him, and he was stampeding to run around the kisses coming in. So yeah, Centaur keeping the Batrider alive, and
All right.
Roshan.
Indeed,
Pipsqueak
Roshan.
have been in this position many times, though. They often do build up these early leads. We'll see if they can hold the lead this time around, unlike game one of the series yesterday.
Can they stop Nande getting bored?
That is one way to word it. Yeah, fair enough. That's Kodara's job. He's going to do some light entertainment during this Roshan to
Work his stand-up routine, you know.
yeah, crack a joke or something. This Roshan's taking ages.
Feel like things
Oh,
going
tough
from
crowd.
bad to worse for Avalos. I liked it. I just thought it could stand on its own. It didn't need.
Oh no, I respect that. I felt really uncomfortable, I'll be honest, but fair enough.
I'm also intrigued by this Lincoln from Lorinov.
It's the well, there's a Batrider and DK in the game, right? It kind of speaks for itself. Don't want to get Dragon Tail orchided or lassoed.
Sure.
And then you'll get Blink Dagger.
Yeah,
Also,
I
the way that
suppose
Avalos
so.
are- So right now, Ursa has no BKB, as Eki's dead top.
Yeah.
So when you think about the fight construct for Avalos, Ursa can't go in, he'll die to an Orchid. Mars can initiate, but if he wastes Arena, the fight can get difficult. So who else can walk into the middle of the fight? It needs to be Puck. Puck needs to play with confidence. So once he gets to Witchblade, Lincoln's Blink, a smoke will enable Lorinov to jump into the middle, tank one critical initiating spell of the three that I just mentioned, and then maybe open up the fight for an Ursa or Mars to then connect. So I like the build. It has put him in a more of a farm state than a fight state. But based on how the game's going, there is zero fight available for Avalos. They really kind of messed up a lot of their early moves, and kind of critically, they just kind of left Ursa to die and lose his kind of map quite early on. Let's see if they can kind of do what I just mentioned. Of course, fighting into an Aegis is not ideal. There's 3 minutes on the Aegis, but after this Aegis, Anti-Mage will have a butterfly. So waiting it out will still make the next fight hard, and they smoke instantly.
Smoke immediately popped. Oh, what a jump in from Yayo there. The Stomp connecting onto both of them, and they just completely shred Eki and Lorinov. No reaction at all coming out there from Lorinov. That moment of confusion when the smoke was instantly popped, and it was like, wait, does that mean there's enemies on the... And they're dead. Bottom lane. The push dust continues. Meanwhile, up in the top side, Kaori is looking for Smiling Knight. Smiling Knight is just going to turn around and kill Kaori, so that's something at least. The bear eats upon the bat. Here runs in. Arena. Pretty nicely done. Couch them both out and get Smiling Knight out of there. Yeah, save a light. Disappears into the trees, goes to the TP. Everybody does escape from this one. It's kind of nice for them, really. Just a back kill. Ends up going their way. But Nande still shoving down mid. Still has that Aegis in play. Looking for the butterfly next as well. So after that point, there really is no saving him. And which is kind of crazy, because at this point, this is a point where Smiling Knight feels like he could kill him in a vacuum. He's got the Basher. He is an Ursa, natural sort of answer to the anti-mage in some ways. But with all the other teammates around, that's never going to happen. And then Butterfly makes that really, really hard.
I'm really trying to hold back not saying, but wait for Nande or wait for Pipsqueak. So I'm trying to give them a bit more of that. They're going to have learnt from their previous games. As, in case you haven't watched the games before, they've been in this position. They've had this epic lead. They've had this like chokehold on the game. But then there's one moment where like Exony might overstep, or Nande tries to go higher ground, and they can, they can die, and then eventually that big lead they've been able to build up, they give the gold straight back to like an Ursa or something, and it can get difficult. So I'm hoping for Pipsqueak's sake that this is going to just be kind of a clean exit to the game, as it then shows kind of like development throughout the qualifier.
Chapter actually knows that there is vision around here for the Dire, and indeed, Smiling Knight does go and farm their Ancients and then TPs away. So I genuinely believe that was actually a bait play where he goes to farm the Ancients, tries to draw the side of Pipsqueak back, and immediately TPs out. Because he's expended a lot of resource and time to get to those Ancients. It's not really worth doing all that just to get the creeps themselves. So I actually think they knew there was a ward there. He's trying to make use of that and just buy themselves some time. It does draw back Exony, but it's not a big deal for Avalos at all. Sorry, for Pipsqueak at all. Interesting, though.
Ooh. Pipsqueak. They are at the high ground. All 5 heroes are here. They haven't placed a ward yet.
No Aegis.
Actually, they don't even have a ward available. Yeah, no Aegis, but also no ward. Normally in this position, Batrider will place a ward, grab the first person he sees. But because of that, they are now disengaging from the area. And a lot of the vision from Pipsqueak isn't the best for trying to see high ground, right? If you look at the minimap, they've got 2 wards at the top Dire tier 1. They've got 1 ward scouting out the kind of the left-hand side of the map for the carry farming, and also 1 by the secret shop. You could argue it's probably the worst vision imaginable for ending the game. For pickoffs, pretty good, but that alone is one of the reasons why maybe the Pipsqueak side is hesitant to try and go a bit more crazy. And I think they only have 1 observer left, so let's see how they want to use this final vision stick.
They're always trying to look for something down here on the bottom side on Avalos. This whole game they've been trying to set up on bottom. Just no one's ever here. There's just the occasional helm creep rocks up. Other than that, it is a barren wasteland. There you go. Valentino sends his hellbear down there. Is up on the top side. Janta is going to get caught and killed.
Oh, what a carry player. They're hitting the nether ward, and then Nando stops hitting it, knowing I want the 80 gold. Like, it's 28 minutes into the game. You've got 21,000 net worth. Do you really need to cancel your attack animation just for the 80 gold?
Yep.
He did. And it means nothing, but it's just funny when you see the mindsets of players.
Yeah, especially when Janta's when for example Kadara is like, I just want to do something with my fluffy hat. Kara, meanwhile, is pretty damn farmed, so he certainly doesn't need it. Blink, Force, BKB, that's basically everything you want as a Batrider. Anything past this point is just luxury.
Yeah, the game has slowed in regard to, of course, I say slowed. It is very slow, because Avalos have done nothing. They've just been victim to pickoffs. But they have subscribed to the idea of, Smiling Knight, you farm exactly all the items you want, and when you tell us to take that one fight, we're going to go and try it. Because during the draft, we would have mentioned how beautifully layered their lineup is in regards to finding kills and containing the big 5-on-5. It is very scary. But Smiling Knight has not had any damage output this game. He's sitting at 2-2-1. It's not really having much impact as of yet. He's got the MKB complete on the Courier. So Battle Fury, Basher, MKB. Of course, he would love to have a BKB, maybe even an Aghanims or an Abyss or something else to comfort his initiation to the fight. But this could be a window in which Avalos want to try and engage. You lock down the anti-mage. There is no BKB available for him. So a spear, an arena, a coil, anything with Smiling Knight jumping on top should be a kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
I say should, because that should also then follows up on, has Kadari pressed Golem? Is there a stampede or a... Lorinov? Yeah, he's good. Yeah. You said Lorinov, I panicked. I was like, where is he? Where is he? I refused to click on his portrait. I just dragged my cursor around the map until I saw his body fall to the ground.
Cool.
Okay. Coyote walking up the high ground, hoping to find a hero. He will find 3 if he continues.
If they knew the state of the map, then Avalos would definitely know that they do not want to be anywhere near any of the Dire heroes right now. Everybody's within touching distance. The Stampede's up as well, so
They did just smoke underneath a ward.
Yep. Should have been seen. Yeah, there's the pings coming out. Saberlight, seen. Kaori, can he make the jump? Yes, he can. Gets him with the lasso. The cookie's going to be there just to stun everybody up. But Smiling Knight's actually jumping in. He wants to try and get on top of Nande here with the arena and the sphere coming down as well. Nande is actually in trouble and he's dead. Down goes the anti-mage, trying to fight without the perk, but the perk comes back, the damage comes in, and they get that kill. Coil comes out onto Kadara now as well. Saberlight's there with the spear. The setup for another kill, this one for Lorinov. All of a sudden, the game doesn't look so easy. Despite a huge gold advantage, domination for a significant part of this game, but all of a sudden, Pipsqueak, they have their first major error of this game.
Oh no. So when Antimage died, I apologize if stream heard it, but I let out a little chuckle because when you watch a game or a team and it's always just there, like you feel like it's meant to happen once per game. With Nande, it's always going to happen once per game, and yeah, Koyori jumps in, he finds the jump, but his team's just a little bit too far away, like 2-3 seconds difference, and of course Mars will get 100-0, but the fact that there was that time gap between Bat Lasso and the follow-up, it then felt like everyone was desperately running to the location, trying to get the kill, and of course Saberlight just presses BKB, and the fight's very, very different. And Fernande, he has to be careful, right? Like, without the BKB, without a way to stand his ground, with the MKB on the Ursa that we mentioned he just picked up, Antimage will die, right? Like, he needs to wait for the fight to develop. He either has to jump and be the initiating hero on a puck, on a Mars, whatever, or he has to wait to see a coil used or Ursa's blink used to then take the fight. But yeah, Nande, with his mindset and Kaori's aggression, that is the first kind of critical mistake from Pipsqueak. And when we say critical, it's because you're giving away Roshan as well. Like, you die at their base, you could have just gone for Roshan. You could have got an Aegis. You know, if Antivich is an Aegis, you're running into that fight, you're doing it again, but you don't care if you die. You have that second life. Yeah, Pipsqueak will be quite upset they didn't think about Roshan instead of whatever this move they just made was. Yeah.
And there goes the Aegis going to Smiling Knight, and all of a sudden, Avalos looking back in it. Definitely some time for reflection here for Exony and the rest of Pipsqueak+4. This was all started from Kaori as well, not to pin the blame on one person, but you know, that smoke up through the map was obviously a team decision, but Kaori was the one that went for that deep catch with the lasso, trying to force out. But ultimately, it should have just been a Roshan as Saberlight. Suddenly noticing that... actually, nobody's noticed. There's a Batrider nearby as they go immediately onto Eki. Eki trying to get himself out. Another arena, they're landing onto the anti-mage. Not again! Nande, not like this! Twice in a row, and the TP out from Kaori will not be successful. A second kill for the Smiling Knight. Oh, no.
Or if you're an Avalos fan, oh yes.
Yeah, I guess so. But, you know, these kind of disasters, it's always a tough watch.
No, it
regardless of which side you're hoping gets through.
Yeah, if there was a better way to get back into a game, it's the Smiling Knight kill onto Nande, 1800 gold, into Roshan, into Smiling Knight kill on Nande, 1500 gold. He's getting what, like 3300 gold
at this point, yeah.
Yeah. But pretty much Nande just gave an entire BKB basically to the Ursa for free.
Neat.
Yeah.
I'm sure he appreciates that. Also, weird point, but one we might actually see come into play is that Ursa is actually one of the few heroes which doesn't mind having BKB and backpack. Okay, just switched in to prove me wrong, but he's one of the weird heroes which doesn't mind having a BKB and backpack whilst he's got an Aegis, because you've got Enrage anyway to pop the moment you come back. So those that critical like 1 second before BKB's up, which can get you killed on most heroes, doesn't tend to get you killed on Ursa, but he's put it in anyway.
The counterpoint to that is there's still an Orchid in the game, which he will respect. Oh, jumping in.
Indeed. Warlock being the target here. Kadara getting bashed up at the perfect time as well. No golem for you, sir. And straight in again. Looking at Tiao, but he's got himself the ulti. But there's the coil coming down as well. Saberlight, his spear will go a little wild here. But, well, the Centaur still going to get cooked up on the forced off to the high ground. Very nicely done. And now, actually, it's Ursa. He's taking some heavy hits here. With the lasso coming out, they will bring him down. Exony, though, how much longer can he really stand his ground here? He's a very big boy. But when that BKB ends, which it does, he's in trouble. The spear connects from Saberlight, and Exony is gone. Here he comes in with the... Oh, it's too late for that, my friend. A sad cart into the distance. An empty cart, nonetheless.
You can just see Smiling Knight is so happy after being what, it was 2-2-1 or something. His scoreline was not looking good at all. It just erupts into the game, and I think as much as we might praise Ursa from jumping in, I think Saberlight has done a very, very good job on his Mars. Right, his scoreline 0-3-9. It doesn't look impressive, but you know, itemization, going BKB Lincolns, being able to just kind of frontline, and this is one of those games where I think there's more mistakes from Pipsqueak occurring for this to be a victory for Avalos, but Avalos have always been ready to capitalize on those mistakes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the only reason the initial play went so well is because Eki was in the right position to get off the cookie, and when you cookie someone when they're being lassoed, it just insta-stuns the ground. Kind of like a Centaur Stomp, which was a huge problem. Hero's going to have to BKB off this arena here. Actually going aggressively onto Saberlight, trying to get this kill, but that's not really going to work out for him. Saberlight brings him down regardless. The Smiling Knight kind of being kited around a bit in the back. forced to pop both the Enrage and the BKB to get away from Nande, Kadaro, and Yayo. The Saberlight jumps in once again, tries to land the spear, doesn't quite do so, but under the cover of BKB, goes for the TP out, and should just
Bash.
about... Oh, no, Bash from Antimage. Never mind.
Okay, a little cash injection to Nande.
Is still the richest hero in the game.
He is, but also look at like his quick buy, right? He had the basher. He's like, the game's getting quite difficult, and he still goes for the abyssal. Like he doesn't even go, you know what? I've died twice to arena. I need to go for the BKB. He just, again, it's in his quick buy at least. He originally didn't have it, but after the 2 deaths, he did. He threw it into the the tail end of the quick buy list, but yeah, he's now got the abyssal blade. He wants to still be aggressive. Of course, you can just sell the Helmut Dominator at any minute, get around about 1100 gold back. So he's only 2 components away from a BKB if he wants to purchase that. Still, I mean, it's a very, very even game. Of course, there is kill threat on either side. It's more just about the clean of execution. We've not really seen Pipsqueak play as 5 heroes together. Ever since the double deaths, it's been kind of mode survival, just throw spells down, prolong the fight, see if we can get a couple cheap kills, but the mentality hasn't been smoke up, find a hero, kind of do the things that can progress the game for you. We'll see what they're able to achieve now. Oh, okay, Nande, he doesn't want BKB. His quick buy's changed.
Oh no.
He now wants maybe a Skadi.
No. Ooh, Saberlight jumping in here, trying to just blow up the Dragon Knight immediately, and that's going to be successful. And then we move towards Yayo as well. Yayo trying to run around in circles through the arena. I mean, it does get him out in fairness, but that just looks so silly. But I don't think I've ever seen Stampede used quite like that before, to just run in circles in the arena until you're allowed out.
Seems to be a proven tactic.
Yeah, very good. But they still lose that Dragon Knight, which means probably a tower going down here on the bottom side as well. Avalos, the moment they have like even an even game, you're just seeing a lot more life from them. You're seeing a lot more coordination as well. They have these very clear ideas on what they want to do, and they're executing on them. Now it'll be them to go to the high ground, utilizing the banner. I think Roshan made that banner himself. It is called Roshan's banner, so...
Maybe you should have it like an animation where he's like making the banner.
Yeah, when he's idle in his pit, he just makes a banner or two. Brews some, ferments some cheese. He's living a lovely, wholesome life in that pit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bacon,
kind of
cheese,
like our Shrek.
bit of arts and crafts, yeah. Ear candles. Ooh, nice dodge. It's a good strategy though, because as you approach the Pipsqueak base, you see that pony on the floor, and it just fills you with bloodlust and makes you really want to just dive the fountain and throw the game.
I love the fact that Nande, in his quick buy, he keeps putting BKB, but it's like, he had BKB, then he goes for Abyssal. He gets
maybe
BKB,
this
he gets
first.
Skadi, then he gets a BKB. It's like, brother, the game's not going to last long enough for you. You've got to choose. Stop, like, dipping in and out. It's either you buy it or you don't. But, like, stop teasing your teammates. Like, he's probably comforting. Like, Kadara's like, do you want it? It's like, yeah. It's in the quick buy. Don't worry.
Don't worry, it's coming.
It's coming, yeah. I think realistically, sell Helmut Dom, buy BKB, look for a fight. That's kind of the
yeah. I see no world where Skadi is the better option here, but maybe Nande's right. Maybe it's what they need, but it's just, to me, it's not even a particularly great Skadi game, right? Well, what's the reason for it?
It's just tankiness, right? If you get hit by the stuns, he's hoping that the Skadi gives him enough HP that with BKB, you have to react, right? If he doesn't react, Skadi on paper is better, right? Because it's more HP. But if you do react and you press it, BKB is critically better. Maybe in his mind, it's like he's expecting Centaur to save him with the cart. So why does he need BKB? If a Centaur can play, go for the Skadi. Centaur saves him. You don't need BKB. You play out the fight. You're happier.
We get to see that there was a very, very deep jump being made here from Saberlight. I'm not sure on this one, and neither are Avalos. They're going to try and back themselves away. Although that said, it comes the Smiling Knight, but well, they've got a Warlock in a cart here for some reason.
Anti-Mage
I don't know why. Oh, Anti-Mage jumps in. Trying to find the target, lasso. Oh, the
detection.
It just means everybody just sitting there stunned in the middle of all of this. No one's really dropping. Nande, his BKB is out, and he has not made a kill happen as of yet. XNE still pretty low here as Saberlight and Smiling Knight are trying to chase him down and jump in onto the Ursa. Nande, can he kill him off? He's so very low, but the Smiling Knight will escape once again. Only Kadara to fall so far, but Nande keeps on chasing. He doesn't have a mana void to work with anymore, so he can't finish anybody off. Looking over towards Lorinov here, but Lorinov, he's got the silence and he's got the orb to get himself away. For some reason, Yeo's in the spike running around with his cart. He looks great as Lorinov continues to fight. Orbs flying left, right, and center. Avalos just trying to disengage from this one, but they have to chase on Pipsqueak and Ganta.
Buyback on Mars.
Is he baiting? Buyback from Saberlight. They've caught Kaori on the sidelines. Lorinov and Eki take him down with a well-placed cookie. Is over on the side. Saberlight does land the spear, but Nande, he's in again. He really wants to try to kill off this Ursa, but there's a crab fly out from Janta, but he does trade his life for that one. Janta's gone down, but the Smiling Knight has fallen. Saberlight couldn't save him. Now Saberlight's going to fall as well, but both of them are gone. And they're sitting in the cart right now as there's more heroes just running back into this one. But why do they want to take this fight? I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Smiling Knight turns around, kills XNE. Nande's still alive. He's forced back away as if all coming back in on this one on the side of Avalos. They are hard committing to this fight. With only 3 heroes left alive, maybe it's the right call. Oh, Lorinov going in again onto Nande. Nande blinks up the high ground. He will survive the Parazba. Manta's still available as well, so he will be all right. But what a fight, what a brawl coming out from both these teams. Everybody committing everything they've got to that.
Critically, though, 3 buybacks on the side of Avalos, but the Mars and the Ursa using it, so 2 big cores. And you got to say, it's 40 minutes into the game. Where's the detection, lads? Pipsqueak, multiple times, they're jumping onto heroes. Ursa's living on like 100 HP due to a glimmer, and then run it back again. Another hero's living because of a glimmer. It's 40 minutes.
Jump in, Nande, he's going for this right here. Trying to just take down Smiling Knight's Aegis straight off the bat, but now they're both leeched up and they don't know what to do with themselves. But beautiful little counter spell to counteract that BKB. And Smiling Knight jumps in. He's taken so many hits here. He's used just about everything as well. He is going to die for the first time. He's got cheese in the backpack, but he's not going to switch it in. Oronov's here to protect him though. I think Nande might be realizing that they are out of options here. Eki is gone, but Nande needs to leave. But there's another coil refresher from Lorinov to lock down Nande, get the kill onto the anti-mage. AM has the buyback, and he's going to have to use it here, I'd imagine. Eki back, TP's over.
Yeah, the problem now is 60-second cooldown on the BKB for anti-mage, so he will have buyback, but just the BKB won't be in play. Kadara is respawning, DK doesn't have buyback. Avalos, Ursa, no Aegis, buyback and cooldown. Even though they have a 5v4 situation, if there is a way in which Anti-Mage can find initiation, they could also just run it down mid, as they are jumping in with the lasso onto the partner.
Yeah, well, Janta, he is in ridiculously deep here.
Oh, Anti-Mage, he's found the Ursa!
Oh, he's found him once again. Smiling Knight, he's all out of mana, but is that going to matter? Nande has to back away. He might just be dead. He's ticked away to the Parazba. The Anti-Mage is dead, and that should be game. He calls it GG. It's over. Game number 1. It looked like it was going to be Pipsqueak securing the first match here, but once again, it all falls apart, and it will be Avalos taking game number 1.
Whew. I mean, in a true Pipsqueak fashion, they have the lead, they make some choice decisions, and then Avalos, of course, with the experience they have, is able to punish those choices and get themselves back into the game, but this was not...
Which can carry games whilst also being able to brawl a lot as well. Like, I'm not worried about the scaling. I just think this draft kind of does a bit of everything as long as Saberlight lands his black holes.
It is a very clean lineup for sure. And when you think about like offlane pairings, Tusk Enigma is one of the strongest offlane pairings. If you are able to ban the Gyrocopter, not play against a Bristle or a Dawnbreaker, like it is extremely good. All right, Nomad, I'm going to have to kick my cats out of my room. They are standing on the PC and trying to turn it off for the fun of
beat them up.
Not casting.
Yeah,
no, I will politely pick them up and place them outside and give them a pat on the head. So please take away the cast for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll do. Whilst T-Girl's literally wrangling cats, we will take a look at this. A very exciting fight. But no, the Mars carry thing I think is what a lot of people want to know about. But to be honest, it's not significantly different to regular Mars, to be honest. You're basically just playing Mars, you're building Deso slightly earlier than normal. Some people tried to cook a little bit, go for some different builds. I've even seen a couple of tags here and there, but I think for the most part, it's kind of settled into just being a pretty normal Mars, the normal Mars items you'd expect. Plus maybe slightly more right-click heavy than usual. It's fun. Ooh, miss from Janta there onto EAO. But he's still going to die regardless. That'll be a first blood going the way of Smiling Knight. They're just going to block EAO forever to make sure that this will certainly be Smiling Knight getting the kill. It's a slow, sad, but inevitable death for the Undying. Immediate TP to the bottom line for Eki. Knowing that he needs to make sure this lane is going as good as possible. Yeah, I do think the Mars... I'm curious to see how he does. I think Sableye can probably out-micro to make sure that his Eidolons aren't all sitting together. I don't know how possible that is, but if he can do that, then that should stop him getting just rebuked down, which I think is kind of important.
Yeah, the problem in the lane will be, of course, there's two things, right? Kadara can take the enchant to try and take over the Eidolon and then fight into the Enigma. But also, if Enigma can, like you said, micro the Eidolons away, build up the stacks, you rebuke, then they split. It's like, it's just going to be a battle of who kind of sets up the position first. I don't really think Mars is like the best anti-Enigma hero. You do need a lot of levels to feel good.
Meanwhile, at top, Janta, he's caught a bit of flack, but should be okay. Trading is pretty unscary from both sides here. I'm not really expecting a kill to happen up here in the top lane. Maybe if Kaori can get a decent catch. He has gone for chicken fingers, but we'll see. Over towards mid, of course. It's dagger o'clock, baby. Exony playing the Queen of Pain and just trying to get as many of these shadow strikes out as possible. Be as annoying as possible. And keep Lorinov nice and low so he can't really go for any aggressive potential. Bottom.
Bot lane, yeah.
Kadara is going to be alright.
Yeah, I'm going blow for blow at the moment. Of course, with all this pressure being applied to safe lane, it will mean Kadara cannot freely make moves onto the map. With Queen of Pain doing, a good matchup into Shadow Fiend, naturally you want your Enchantress or your position for the Shaman to be able to rotate to mid. So that is going to be another product of how aggressive Avalos is in both lanes. Snap TA, pressuring the Undying. That's going to keep Kaori there to help the Undying. Same thing for bot lane on the Mars. You're going to kind of lock the supports away from mid. So Lorinov, of course, will be able to probably get a little bit more from this matchup than other drafts would provide.
Yeah, and he's doing nicely here just to mess up with the equilibrium as much as possible and secure himself as much farm as possible, whilst not letting things get into sort of checkmate with Exony. Where do you think our first blood's going to come from?
I think top lane. There's going to be this moment where Undying and Shaman think they can go for a kill, and then there's going to be turnaround with one TP and a kill. That's my vibe. Or Kadara right now in the bot lane.
Let's see.
No, Kadara is never dying.
Chilling.
Oh, he has Ice Armor. Okay, yeah, he's never dying. I did not realize he had the Ogre.
Thank you,
Mr.
Ogre
do not
Shaman.
ruin it.
Sableye, he's going to fall. Nande gets him with the God's Rebuke. That'll be your first blood going to Nande.
Yep. All right. I did not realize they had Ice Armor. What a beautiful creep to grab. And yeah, I don't think Avalos really respected it at all.
They're still trying to go aggressive here, and with all of these Eidolons, they might just be able to do so, but it's Janta that dies up in the top lane, but Kadara goes down at bottom as Eki gets a nice shards and gets the kill.
The one way that you can actually take the fight in the safe lane with the Mars Ench, and they found it, of course, with the creep dying. they won't have that opportunity again. So Avalos shouldn't really be disheartened. You know, brush off the death, reset, go again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting hit very, very hard up here in the top lane. There's a little shredder available, but Janta can't really get in range. Oh, bottom side, Nande under the tower. They're trying to go for him here. Not sure they're going to be able to do so though. Eki going to snowball himself defensively, trying to get away. And the pressure, it gets answered.
It's such a bloodbath down here. Like, when I say bloodbath, they're not even like killing, it's just more constantly scrapping at each other. And all of this will eventually, I mean, over time, allow the TA to build up a lead on the carry versus carry matchup, as Mars will be investing more into buying additional regen or, you know, like earlier ones and like small little forms of survivability. And meanwhile, TA just kind of, oh wait, she's actually getting killed top.
She certainly is,
Wait,
yeah.
no, she has one refraction.
No, she's gone.
Ooh, nearly lived. But yeah, if they didn't kill the TA top, that would have been pretty devastating, I think. But yeah, really, really important kill.
Kadar getting jumped once again here. Pin comes out from Nande, but it doesn't matter with Janta's rotation. Nande's in trouble as well, but they're just going to have to do it with right clicks. They're kind of out of spells, but XNE's going to come across in with a massive Sonic Wave, taking down Saberlight and Janta as well. Great response there from XNE. That's exactly the kind of TP you're wanting from your mid laner.
Yeah, Pipsqueak making all the moves that you want to see from them, right? They're killing the TA on top lane. Meanwhile, Avalos, the Snapfire, he was making the rotation. It's why the TA died top. They think they're going to get a big kill, but Queen of Pain, beautiful TP, Sonic Wave onto 3. And also now Kadara TPing back in, bringing just even more resources to Nande. Say, here's your salve, boss, please. Get back into the lane.
Well, get back
as soon as he shows though, guess what? Get punched.
Again,
yeah.
A lot of heals coming out from
here.
Kadara, but here comes Loranov, and that will be the damage they need to take him down. They'll get one. They're looking over towards Kadara as well. Saberlight going under the tower here, tanking the tower hits to make sure that Loranov can keep getting these hits in, and Kadara will kindly come very close to Loranov and allow him to get a couple of raises off. So Kadara dies, 2 kills down the bottom lane. Loranov trades back the rotation towards the Queen of Pain. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, and you don't often see Shadow Fiend make the rotation, right? The fact that he walked all the way from mid to bottom, right? If he doesn't get a kill, it's just so much wasted time. That's why you don't really see Shadow Fiends make that move, but yeah, really nice read. Sees Nande step up on the lane. And with the DD rune, or amp damage rune, my apologies, he is able to take the tier 1 tower. And normally, against an Enigma, your job, whatever you pick to play that safe lane, you have to protect this tower. Losing this tower enables Enigma to farm that additional jungle camp deeper into the Radiant jungle. Think about going to mid, and that map progression starts, you know, ticking over for the hero. So that's often why you do see Dawnbreakers, Bristlebacks, Gyrocopters just park themselves in front of the tower for as long as possible. Yeah, the net worth from Avalos. I mean, to be fair, it's very even, right, between all the cores that all are 3.3k net worth. But in regards to the map play, Avalos are taking the slight edge.
They are, for sure. But yeah, it doesn't really matter if they fall behind a bit in the lanes. They'll always have these really strong timings as Smiley Knight getting jumped again up here in the top lane. Is anybody coming to help? They're certainly not, so Smiley Knight is just going to drop. A little curious about this, that Smiley Knight's choosing just to sit up here in the lane alone with nobody being able to rotate, but they'll go for the play onto mid into XNE, but the shard's a little bit off the mark. Blink available in just 2 seconds. Verify Blink, she's gone. Janta will not be able to chase her down. XNE gets out. Pesky hero. They're just going to clear through Saberlight's creeps, but doesn't quite manage to kill them off. Those Eidolons staying alive for now.
Yeah, Avalos just sitting back, getting into their farm. They, making stacks in the triangle. Saberlight just wants to help a Dominator. They don't need to overplay their hand on Avalos.
No, they definitely don't. I think that especially applies to Smiling Knight, who I really feel like could have just been in the jungle. There's no reason for him to be trying to like play the lane this much, but felt like he wanted
especially
to,
into the
to
shaman,
play
right?
that.
Or an undying. It's a flesh golem or a hex, you are just gonna disappear.
Yeah. Interesting late block on the hard camp there from Eki. I feel like that's just sort of reducing Yao's efficiency up here in the top lane. See the hard camp next to Yao. It's unusual. Don't really see that very often.
Yeah, you don't want the offlaner to be able to farm there because, like, especially with the hard camp available, you pull the wave once, even when the tower's dead, it resets the wave to come back to you. Because without the tower, the wave pushes much deeper. So it's a pretty cool sentry to place if you are to lose your own tower. But Kaori walking towards mid, he does have the Serpent Woods available. Throws him down.
Gonna get arenaed up right here. Exane's here as well, and they will be able to take him down. Nande with a nice rotation manages to catch the Shadow Fiend on the run, and the middle tower is going to drop as well. That's a full-on collapse onto the middle lane for the side of Pipsqueak+4. They bring absolutely everybody, but they get the tower and they get the mid lane to go with it. It's a full set.
Yeah, the fact that Pipsqueak are being proactive, right? There was like a window in the game where maybe if Saberlight had a bit more economy early on, he would go to mid tower with the Helm of Dom. But the fact this hasn't happened, Pipsqueak go first. Kadaro has a ward available with the hill.
Dodge. Very cool from Eki. Now going for the TP out right in front of Nande's face, and why wouldn't you? He's got no spear.
Oh, Kadaro, okay, Kadaro's fine.
I'll take it.
Very sick.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Eki gaming.
I'll take it.
Kaori, they smoked with the Undying, dragging him into fight and a very early Halberd. You don't really see Halberd picked up too often, but into a TA, into a Shadow Fiend, all ranged heroes, and it's going to be just maximum efficiency.
Oh,
they are finding Norinov.
Yeah, no one's here to help out just yet. Eki's coming over, but I think it might be too late, although the kisses are going to be there as well. Eki does fall. Can they get any revenge from this? Kadaro is going to be the target from Eki, and with the punch coming through, they will take him down. Janta comes in, tries to deal with the tombstone. It's a lot of hits, but it will fall. Eki, though, is also going to die here as he does get run down, but Smiling Knight turning up to this fight, sees Scary over on the side, and probably should do something about this. Got the traps available in 3 seconds. There's a cookie coming through as well. Kerry trying to go aggressively back the other way, but, well, actually, maybe with Yeo coming through as well. Smiling Knight is going to take heavy hits here and does go down. Okay. Yeo is just doing absolute work, just getting into the front. Okay,
kinda.
Thanks, Yeo. He kind of walked into that one to make Saberlight look a little bit better, but... There you go, Nando's tips him as well, so thank you very much. But he's just been doing so damn much. Finally takes a fall, but man, what a hero's death for Yeo. Full tips from his team.
I mean, he was just tanking everything, leading the charge, right? It's a beautiful smoke, right? To start in, find the Shadow Fiend, then to continue out the engagement, right? It's Avalos, they don't really want to have to deal with all this chaos right now. Like, they wanted to take a couple early towers, force Pipsqueak to run around the map a bit, and then hit a really strong farming pattern. The fact that they also, like, they're seeing Pipsqueak go aggressive, no one's dodging, no one's breaking the smokes. There's not a tusk, there's not a snapfire, and no one's protecting the early game greed for Avalos. And that is making Avalos, yeah, kind of feel the pressure. And Nande goes for the armlet. Of course, armlet is a very good item on strength heroes, right? Because during the active part, or the unholy strength, you do gain 25 strength, which just gives you damage. So it is incredible on strength heroes. That's why I see it on Lifestealer.
Absolutely. And, you know, Yayo's been doing so well that they just decided, fuck it, let's give them the triangle stacks as well. So these stacks, which have been made pretty much all game by Kaori, they all go to Yayo. So now he's got his Heaven's Halberd plus 2k gold to boot. The choice is going to be Pipe to follow up with this to answer the Shadow Fiend. And the Snapfire. A lot of magic damage coming out from Avalos. He's seen at mid, gonna dodge the dagger with a snowball. Pretty nice. Nande looking for Saberlight down at bottom. Won't be
You won't find
finding
him though. Yeah.
No. Actually, Janta's on the run here from Yayo and Kaori. Saberlight was thinking of TPing over to help out, but has second thoughts of it. But that means he's going to run into Nande. Nande, ooh, almost catches him. Yeah, we'll be able to grab him with the arena. So much damage coming out from that God's Rebuke with the armlet coming through as well.
He has a
But
wand.
The arena not lasting quite long enough, and Saberlight's still in the neighborhood. Eki coming through as well, goes for that big snowball. Yayo's waiting on the high ground though. It's a trap, and they're gonna get caught in it, both of them. Saberlight caught by the wards from Kaori, and they will both get taken down. What a response from the Pipsqueaks.
I mean, where's the communication from Avalos, right? You know, Yanta just died top lane. You know they're next to the twin gate. You also have a trap there. Yet then Eki's calling for Enigma to continue the fight. Maybe even Enigma's calling it himself. But between the three of them, there was plenty of time to communicate. Guys, they're at the twin gate. We didn't get the kill on Mars. Probably should just chill. Doesn't happen, and then they all die on different parts of the map. You do not want to be anywhere near this undying. He's got Halberd and only 100 gold away from the pipe. And the farm is still underway for Avalos. They are not ready. The TA, sure, about to complete Desolator, but with TA, it's you complete one item. If you're not with 3-4 kills from laning phase, you're always chasing that next one. The same thing for Shadow Fiend. He's got the Ashokaya, but he's looking to go straight for BKB. He's not even trying to go for the Blink Dagger. He's not looking for a cheap fight. He wants to just try and scale.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, they picks up the Blink Dagger. So the carry Mars has Armlet and Blink. In true Nande fashion, he wants to go look for a pickoff. Very aggressively positioned as well in the enemy triangle.
Damn, they removed the slow resistance from Armlet. Used to enjoy that. Such one of those random little things which every now and again you'd be like, it kind of looked like they got away too quickly. Oh, Black Hole coming out here from Saberlight, landing it onto the two of them, but in comes Nande with the arena, with the song coming through as well, the Sonic Wave. They are going to be able to take them both down. The Snowball delaying the inevitable, but all three of them going to get cleaned up in the bottom side. We have Lorinov using Requiem here, and a full health Enchantress, which is sort of confusing.
Yeah, Avalos are just falling apart. They just keep running head on. Like the aggression that Avalos, like their pick-off aggression that we often, praise them on, is really just hurting them. Like we just saw them, not this fight, the fight before. We critiqued it. Why are they going for it? The communication should be better. Just disengage. Now they run it back again. This time the TA coming into the mix. You're running into Arena, Serpent Wards, Tombstone, Ench Hills, Soul Rip Hills, Pipe, Halberd, Queen of Pain has Blade Mail, right? There's a Blink from Mars. Like everything I've just described is how online Pipsqueak are. Now if you're Avalos, the communication should be simple. Do not fight Pipsqueak. Dodge them. Play the map. Open up time for your team, and they just keep going for the skirmish, and it's hurting them now. A 7,000 gold lead for the side of Pipsqueak.
Nande being so aggressive as well, just not leaving Saberlight alone. Kaori's got a Blink Dagger now as well, so going to be able to get right in his face. Shackle will be there, and it's going to be another kill going the way of Pipsqueaks.
But yeah, the ball is rolling. Pipsqueak, they are very much enjoying the pacing of this game.
This is what they planned for. You draft the Mars carry. This is exactly how you want the game to go. Constant brawling. Utilizing that armlet. Those massive damage God's Rebukes. Another thing is there's so many talents which lean into God's Rebuke as well. You got the one at 10 plus 100 God's Rebuke distance. You got the one at 15 minus 2-second Rebuke cooldown. And then all the way up towards 25, you've also got the crit increase, which is also pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think the fact that Mars is going for this build in with like armlet into Deso, like it makes sense, right? Like obviously the crits don't work anymore, like the silliness of like Broach and whatnot, but no, Rapier, sorry, that was it. What was the?
No, it was
remember,
Broach.
actually.
You're right.
It was Broach, yeah. I'm misremembering. The Rapier 100% works with Mars. Sorry.
Yes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So BKB going to be the next stop for him as they just continue dealing with this map. And again, like the game is slowed a bit.
Radiant are scared.
The helm's just shoving out and whatnot. Yeah, we've just seen nothing from...
They nearly got the Enigma. One was on the left side of the tree, the other guy blinked past the tree, and he was like in between all the trees, so very, very close.
Saberlight narrowly escaping that one. Wasn't watching. But yeah, we haven't seen anything from any of the cores from Avalos, basically. Like, they've all just been completely dominant. They're farming fine, but... Well, except Saberlight, who's struggling a bit, but...
Yeah, Saberlight has been heavily shut down. They are smoked up. The Tusk has shown the debuff onto the creep wave, so they should be aware of where they're going. But Exony shows on the Watcher, blink, Requiem.
Yeah, it's good damage, and it will be enough. Gosh, always very scary for Loranov there, though. The moment she pops that blade mail, you just know that all of that damage is coming straight back at you. And now Nande looking to try and find a pick off, and he will find that straggler. Eki just gets eliminated from the game.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, but that's the type of move you need to see from Avalos, right? The game incredibly awkward for all your cores, right? Enigma's been shut down. You've got Shadow Fiend not really entering. TA's died to a couple early rotations, and you know, a pick off just opens up the map. Sure, they're going to get Tormentor, but it buys time for Avalos to go to the Radiant jungle, farm the extra creep, and as always, if they can get to triple BKB, what can Pipsqueak do, right? The next time that we see Saberlight really pop off in a fight, he's got a Blink Dagger. If he wins that fight, he might even get a component or two towards BKB, and then every black hole should just be, kill Mars, kill Quap, and let your draft shine. So, yeah, Avalos, can they ignore this wave of aggression that they probably should have done for the last 8 minutes? Again, not too successfully, but if they can now, clean up their positioning, a comeback is possible. And that is why Pipsqueak need to be very methodical with how they approach this. Take the top tower. You still have Aegis for 2 minutes. Try and take as many tier 2s as you can with the Aegis. And then the next Aegis, that's when you try and break high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Avalos trying to scatter here. Don't want to get caught out. They seem to be aware of how close they are behind, and yeah, with the dust getting jumped, I think Saberlight and Loranov will realize that it is indeed time to skedaddle. So we'll get a couple more creeps before leaving. Saberlight really wanted to stay and grab a Croaker there, but it was time to go. Nande is actually... I mean, I kind of respect it because he's got the Aegis, but rather than going for the BKB, he went for the full Deso, now moving in towards the Satanic instead, so... Yeah. Really was just cool. Be hitting hard. Yeah, it's a good adjustment. Janta will probably die in here. Tiamos finds himself another as the arena comes down onto Smiling Knight. This is not the neighborhood you want to be in. TA getting jumped, getting beaten down, and will be dying. Nande gets another.
They're just not able to dodge, it seems. They keep just finding them. 30 seconds left on the Aegis. This will mean Nande will need to be slightly more careful with his positioning. But with the Satanic, as we already mentioned, it will give the kind of that second wave of progression that Nande likes to play on. Right? Because you're going to have Eidolons to be able to clear off of. You're naturally going to be in the middle of the fight anyway. So yeah, again, it makes sense.
It does. Saberlight wants that BKB. Feeling pretty far away at this point. Mithril Hammer and Recipe still to go. Shadow Fiend also looking for a BKB, and Smiling Knight also looking for a BKB. So we're going to have triple BKB timings on the side of Avalos. At that point, I imagine we'll see them want to play the game.
You say that. No, to be fair, that is pretty much what we're just waiting on. That is the anticipation I have. It's Pipsqueak with the chokehold on the map, and no, high ground is going to be very difficult, right? Like the way that high ground is for Pipsqueak is walk there, press Tombstone, press Serpent Wards. Mars might hit it with a Deso, but if you don't have the Aegis, you naturally will be grouped up to then open up for a Tusk Initiation or a Black Hole, right? So this 11k lead is very good for Pipsqueak, but based on how they've drafted, it's not simple. They don't have like a low committal way to break the base. Like Serpent Wards, sure, it's okay, but you know, TA, Shadow Fiend, plus a little Shredder on the Snapfire, like, they're going to be able to clear those off quite nicely.
Eki. Oh, he tries to jump in onto Nande here, but it's a little bit off the mark. But no, it doesn't matter. They've got the Black Hole and they've got the Requiem. They'll take him down. Nande's first death in a while. He will fall. Excellent. Looking for a target here, but he's running into the entire enemy team. I mean, he knows that they've kind of blown their entire load here.
They got to get
Without
out.
anything left, they will just leave Janta behind.
They use so much to get the kill. And sure, you know, killing off the Mars, I mean, he is the carry. It is going to feel good, but they use Requiem and Black Hole. Now there's going to be a large portion of the game where maybe when Mars respawns, it's going to be what, like 50 seconds, 40 seconds into the next Requiem, over a minute and a half until the next Black Hole.
The response from this?
Yeah.
Snakes. The response is Tombstone. The response is get on the high ground. The response is punish the cooldowns of the side of Avalos. Is this the right idea? I don't know, but at the moment, they have managed to clean up all of those snakes. Smiling Knight feels more than comfortable just to keep on hitting these structures. But now they jump in. It's good damage on Smiling Knight. Is there any help here? I'm not sure there is. Finally, the snowball comes through, and it is used to hold XNE on the high ground there. Smiling Knight just has BKB delivered and immediately slams that shit. And he'll not really do a whole lot. Yeah, really doesn't mind taking a few meld strikes here and there. So that's your first BKB, your 9-seconder from Smiling Knight. To call it underwhelming would probably be pretty fair.
They're just trying to buy as much time as possible. 80 seconds for Black Hole.
Alright, low enough.
Keep holding.
I mean, fairly nice deny, I suppose. You don't often see those ones denied, but in this situation it does make sense. Barracks now being attacked. Nande's back in. Immediate punch up once again. Wait, I just watched this. Low enough. He's trying to do it again, but this time he doesn't have quite enough. And the tag of the Satanic just fills him up to full. Eki is gone. Smiling Knight also takes a dive. They didn't have the Black Hole to work with this time, which means you don't get the kill. Nande takes them both down, and now they're not going anywhere. It continues. The barracks in the middle lane are going to fall. Are they done,
down? Yeah. No, just keep going, right? You know, Avalos, they used everything to kill one life of Mars. They get the reset, Mars respawns, they run it down mid, the Tombstone, the Serpent Wards, like they're able to overwhelm the area. Like the fact they didn't have the Black Hole and the Requiem for the high ground defense, they used it for a pickoff, it opened up for such a difficult defense. Like if they just hold the base, you know, remind Pipsqueak that, you know, trying to break our base, you have to overcome this team fight. It's just, yeah, I think it looked good originally getting this kill, but you know the consequences of this pickoff is you're now losing 2 racks. You cannot. I mean, they didn't waste it because technically they got a kill, but they cannot use all these spells for a kill if it doesn't net any kind of positive secondary move. Pipsqueak playing much cleaner this time around in this game. Yeah, of course, MVP. You've got to give it to the Undying. No, he's out. He's out. He's chilling. I just love how watching Undying play this game. He's 11-2-14, and he's just free-flowing. He doesn't look like a slow, clunky Undying. He's just running around, being a menace. I love the fact that he has this build like Halberd Pipe, goes back for the Shiva's additional armor. It is so much for his team.
He's done a lot, but this Nande Mars has been pretty cool as well.
Radiant are scared.
8, 2, and 7 with the Deso Satanic Armlet. Absolute fear behind this man. And Lorinov is going to get seen here. Should kill Kaori, and now we'll go for the TP out. Oh, he's actually going to live through it with that goddamn facet. Well, an 8 technically. Foul play keeps him alive. Kaori will be fine. Ganta caught trying to go for the middle wave here. Able to take the no. Takes the dagger off, but unfortunately Kadara's here on the high ground, and Janta will be going down. Uh-oh.
They're going onto Mars.
He's got no BKB on Shadow Fiend. But they do kill Matt Nande in the back, but Shadow Fiend is also dead.
We are at the stage of the game. Again, I'm still trying to find a positive for Avalos, and I'm really struggling, I'll be honest, Nomad.
There ain't much. Basically, every kind of 3 minutes, they can go do something with Black Hole.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, it's sitting around with fingers and noses. Shaman, he's looking once again. Wants to see if he can find Saberlight, but Saberlight just catches a glimpse of him there with the Eidolons, and will back himself away. I'm going to say it, T-Gov. Surely there's no way that Pipsqueak+4 can throw this one. We'll let that one sit, but we'll see. We'll see. Of course, there is the as we mentioned, the BKBs all up now on Avalos. Saberlight has these guaranteed black holes. Arena comes down, just trying to blow up Mr. Eki, and they do so. Nande really is a troll, isn't he? This whole game, he's had that BKB in his inventory, in his quick buy, the whole game, and he just keeps buying on the right stuff.
Right? This game's different. I feel like this one's like when you're with Armlet active with Overwhelming Blink Satanic, you got 4,000 HP. Like, surely you're tanky enough. And if he's dying, then Undying didn't use his shard to save him, or there's not a glimmer or a solar. Like, I give him the pass this time around, as a Requiem is used to kill off Kaori.
They like doing that, don't they?
They need to get some dopamine from the game.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Roshan goes down. Nande grabs an Aegis. His crits are getting absolutely ridiculous now. I kind of want to see him get to level 25 just to see what it looks like with a plus 65%. I want to see a nice AoE 365% crit. That sounds good.
I don't know if you heard that. I'm getting... My cat just went and jumped on my PC and knocked water everywhere. I'm sure we'll be okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah. If I randomly cut out...
PCs are water cooled, right? So it should just make it
Yeah,
faster.
exactly.
Here we go. Nande takes to the high ground, immediately jumping in with the snowball, but not willing to follow up with anything more than that. Let's see if they can kill off the banner without committing too much. Smiling Knight will be able to take it down and blinks away. Disjoints the dagger in the process. That doesn't hurt too bad.
Pipsqueak. They just need to follow the formula that they've been doing, right? It's when they have Serpent Wards, when they have Tombstone, with Flesh Golem, you walk to the high ground, you place it all down. When Avalos come to try and kill it, then Nande initiates with the Blink Dagger, and of course with all the damage and neutral items that he has, he can punch his 0 heroes, but they're actually just smoking in.
That's a great little hex here onto Saberlight. He's the one guy that can save the game for them, but they don't kill him off, so he is going to get a black hole, but it's only onto Nande. They need more damage before he gets off the Satanic. They will kill him, but he's got an Aegis. He's coming right back in a second, Lorinov. He's got to time this one well. It's good. It's great. Is it
He
enough,
has Satanic,
though?
careful.
I don't know, it is.
They have it.
Nande is gone. Oh, okay. Smiling Knight, he has to turn around and kill his Tombstone. He has to kill it. He won't be able to do so, but does blink back. XNE jumping in and trying to save the game, and honestly not doing a bad job of it, to be honest with you, with that Aghanim Scepter blasting through with these daggers.
Still trying to take the rats through alive, yeah.
But can they push without him? Also have their Shaman who still had those snakes up. It would have been really, really nice for him to be able to commit to this one, but he bides me on this. Smiling Knight gonna find himself very quickly disarmed by Yayo. Eki pops that Ghost Scepter, but just giving XNE a chance to jump in, and now it's going to be him dead. 9 seconds on Saberlight, but I mean, he doesn't have a black hole, and with Smiling Knight just dead? Excuse me?
They are so aggressive. They just don't care. They know that what defense does Avalos have with the Requiem on cooldown, with the Black Hole on cooldown. There is nothing to their name. And I respect Kadara this entire time, just A-clicking these buildings. His team's going crazy, and he's like, building.
Objective
and Kayori also looking at the objective stop.
Yeah, they might just be able to... Okay, they got the fortify, so they can kill off these snakes and keep the final barrack alive. The final dream. But how long is this really going to last? And Saberlight looking like he might be dead again. Forced to BKB just to not get killed by Kadara's spear. And the barrack is dead. It's over, man. There's mega creeps now. Avalos, there's no way they're staying in this one. They're not going to cool it, but it's going to be so hard for them to survive versus this.
We'll see if there's any, magic available for Avalos. This could just be the scenario where Saberlight just sells some items, buys a refresher, and just looks to clutch it up with a couple black holes, right? That's realistically all they're playing for.
Tastes like chicken.
37 minutes, 20k gold advantage. Mars is absolutely huge, as is the Queen of Pain and the Undying. All they need now is probably just wait for Roshan, get yourself an Aegis. And then hope for the best. XNE. Kyre and Sanj. Aghanim Scepter. Has the Octarine on the way. Not just yet, but it won't be too long until she has it. Oh no, there's Saberlight's recipe as well. Yikes.
Hello.
Oh, hello, mate.
Yeah, my cat turned off my PC.
You back in VMix?
Yeah, we're good. We're good to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
Just he saw that Avalos was down 19k gold, and he's a massive fan, and he decided just to turn off the PC in the hope to somehow sway the outcome. But he's not smart enough to know that I can't influence it.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, looking like we're looking at the end here. Pipsqueak+4, getting those tier 4s taken down. And then moving on to the Ancient. What do you do? How do you defend? Yayo's so massive. They're going to jump in on the Queen of Pain. They'll just try and bring her down. And actually, XN is just straight up dead. Buyback from XNE here, straight off the bat. Lorinov does get off one ulti. I'm going to go for the other one just yet because Nane's managed to get off the BKB. And Saberlight is going to fall. does not have that refresher, so buying back he can. It's not going to do a whole lot. Smiley looking at Kadara, but they're just going for the end here. They're trying to blow up that Ancient. Smiling Knight, he's gone. No buyback available from him. Exon, he's still continuing to do what he belongs, along with Leio. It's over. The Ancient, it's getting low. And yeah, GG is called. Game number 2 will go the way of Pipsqueak+4. They find the advantage, and this time around, they hold on to it until the very, very end. And they do secure themselves their first win in these lower brackets finals.
Yeah, into a game 3 qualifier. Winner gets to play in DreamLeague. Loser gets to watch DreamLeague. Oof.
This is exciting. And what I like as well for Avalos here, yeah, they had that first game where they kind of came back into it. They wrestled their way back into it. But then in game number 2, they weren't quite able to come back in the same way. Now, game number 3, they're playing against a really similar draft to game number 2. The Mars carrier is back again. And now you've got to answer it. Now you've got to show that you're good enough to adapt on the fly to turn things around for this game 3. So let's see if they're able to do it here. I hope that we get a good game in this third and final match here in the DreamLeague qualifiers. Scary things to mention, though. Kaori is on that Batrider. He can cause quite a lot of chaos.
No, he can. I mean, in regards to like hero specialties, right? You've got Kaori, who loves playing Batrider, even though it's not like his maybe competitively best, but in pubs he likes playing it. Kadaro Warlock, you know, he was the first Warlock player competitively around a year ago. No one really cared for it. They banned it against him, didn't want to play it, and then obviously it did take off quite a lot. So, you know, props to Kadaro there. And we do have a pause into an unpause.
Yep. And on the other side is it's pretty easy. I mean, Smiling Knight, obviously Sven is kind of like almost his eponymous hero. We have Saberlight is actually, it's kind of crazy that Saberlight is level 25 on public games on this Venno, so that's an interesting one to mention as well. As he's trying to get away from this, but he might just be the first blood. Too many heroes running at him right now. Yeah, he's got them all slowed up, but XNE might just be able to run him down. Kadara's there with a blood grenade to make sure that he absolutely dies, and XNE will get the first blood on the Shaker mid, so I don't know, probably going to be a bit miffed about that one.
What did we say coming into this game? Hyping up the concept of the draft and the Venno pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, that's just a first blood. It means nothing, really.
Yeah, luckily it's not first blood in the lane of the Venno. That would have probably compounded to be maybe like a worse feeling.
Nando did take a decent amount of harassment in that engagement, and considering he didn't have the tangos brought out to him, he's trying to go for a tango-free existence with Kadaro, hopefully healing him up. We'll see how good this Venno is at answering the Mars carry.
If anything, it's just... Ooh, okay, yeah, just take over the lane, right? Just spam some Gales. Warlock, luckily, is the biggest lifeline of the Venno pick, right? It's the fact that you do have heals. You can just survive through it in regards to the early poking. But once Saberlight gets 3 points in Plague War and he starts putting them down, pressuring the town, like, is Mars really going to stand there and, hit 3 clicks into every Plague Ward? And it's probably not going to be the case. So that's kind of the inevitable outcome of this lane. Whilst
Yanta, yep. It's hurting,
just gets
but
2.
it's not killing. He hits 2 and gets away with the Icarus dive.
Oof. Yeah, it's kind of cool there because Yanta's clearly, communicated to his carry, like, I am so close, please kill that creep, I need to. And in doing so, he then gets to escape. Because some other players there would just run away from the wave, try and throw their body into the mix, but CSing was the best there. And Saberlight is dying bot lane. Okay.
That's a bad one. Yeah, does get caught out. Kadara and Nande, a lot of damage between them when they use their spells. Eki's going to try and do his best to hold the wave, but...
Yeah, he's done it, yeah.
Yeah. A little dangerous. Trading up in the top side from Palantir was incorrect. I'm still not used to calling him Yayo, to be honest. It's weird
You've got
that
to do a good job. I know everyone knows him as Palantimos. I know, like he's had such a long career under that name. Like,
Yeah.
switching up to Yayo, and also it's like, yeah, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. Palantimos just sounds chill. Yayo, it doesn't. Like, imagine being like, okay, right, Ti Grandpa, Yayo, you know, it just.
No, you kind of sold it there, actually.
Oh,
Accidentally.
did I? Okay.
Yeah, you
okay,
did.
Well, nice. Well,
I'm into it. I'll change it up.
alternative ideas are truly something, right? Mr. Peanut Almighty.
Well, no, come on. It's a little too far back there, buddy. A little below the belt. Let's leave that one in the past where it belongs.
I mean, it's literally on your Wikipedia page.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Actually, a better name than Nomad. I've gone full. Maybe I'm allowed to change back. Is changing back allowed?
I mean, think of the branding, right? You could just, use the word nutty and go crazy and all this type of stuff. You can,
Yeah.
your voice lines could be pretty cool.
Could have like a second business selling peanuts outside events I'm attending. A little peanut cart. Be pretty good.
It's a decent option.
It is.
even
Anyway,
though-
this laning phase is pretty crazy right now. It's finding nice fight up in the top lane, but Exony he hasn't been having a great time mid, but his last hits are still looking okay. Lorinov has been kind of peppering him. Avalos have done the smart thing and blocked the Ancients, so there's not going to be a stacking going on. It's up on the top side. Yeah, we'll take it down Yanta. It was close, but Yanta's the one to die, and the Batrider does survive. So once again, it is going to be the side of Pipsqueak+4 winning those close 50-50 engagements.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
feel pretty
Laronov's.
comfortable, yeah.
Laronov's greed here is insane. Look at this. Just taking over to the jungle here, but well, I think
he
he
has
has to grab
Roar.
one. Whoa, Roar comes out. Let's see. Do they have the damage together with Kaori coming over? I don't think he does. Laronov will just have to back himself away.
Yeah, it's so deep that it's kind of hard to call for a support, right? You're not really going to TP to the tier 1 and run down to the fight, but yeah, Lorinov found behind tower. Now 70 seconds. He can't really get a kill, but again, he's focusing more on his farm than he is for the pick-off play. Critically though, the 3 kills for Pipsqueak is going to put all of their cores in a very healthy spot at the start of this game. Just the Venomancer pick just isn't really working as I think Avalos were expecting. The next time for them it'll be the ultimate, right? And also, Sebilite went for 1-3-1. He didn't even try going for the max plague wards.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that to sort of take over the lane and exist on the map, but yeah.
Maybe he has a different read. I just assumed into the Warlock with the heals, the Poison Sting damage over time just is nullified. Saying that, Kaori jumps in.
Yanta
Gets
dead
jumped on.
again to Kaori, but the Boar is going to be able to bring down Kaori. Actually, Yanta getting the kill with the flames, and then a nice glimpse
He has
back
Slam.
from Mr. Eki. Slime is there, and there's a few units around, but not enough for him to really bring 2 full health HP heroes down. He recognizes that, he saves the Slam, and he takes a graceful death. What have you thought about Exony so far in this event? I know we've seen him around a little bit, but he's probably the least known player in this match in particular. So, what's your take on him as a player?
I played with and against him a lot in pubs, and he's quite a volatile pub player. Sometimes he can pop off, sometimes he can make some of these blunders that maybe not a tier 1 player can make. So pub is inconsistent, but in regards to his qualifier run so far, he has looked impressive. He's moving in the correct direction of becoming a player that wants to be on a stable team.
Well,
we do see
Chaos
Kaori
on the
kill
Wisdom
Sableye,
Rune, on the Wisdom Shrine right now. Yeah, Sableye tried to go for it, but Kaori was there, and Kaori just does more damage, kills him off, and they actually have to force both the Golem and the Solar Guardian down to respond to this.
I think the problem for Exony is he's not had a stable tier 2 team to play on to kind of iron out some of the problems that maybe Kadaro, for example. He's been in tier 2 teams for so long that he's hit that kind of muscle memory of what a player needs to do. Whilst Exony, in and out of stacks. So Eki optimistically does come down to the bottom tower, into the golem, into the arena. I feel like how many times have we seen in this qualifier a player run into melee range of a golem that's already been cast?
You're not wrong. People don't seem to give a single care to this golem.
And were you expecting the Venomancer to lose his tower first?
No.
In this game? No.
Absolutely not. No, this pick hasn't worked out at all so far.
But
that said, the rest of the team are very happy, so I mean, I guess you can kind of latch onto that, but yeah, pretty underwhelmed by this Venomancer pick so far.
Luckily for Avalos, Venomancer can always catch up, right? You do have Plague Ward. It's a very good farming tool. And we are yet to see Noxious Plague get used. The ultimate of Venomancer, if you get that onto a Mars or pretty much any hero with a glimpse or any control, they are going to die. So Nande does need to be careful. They are closing in on him. Yanta from the left-hand side. Eki looking for the glimpse, of course. Place the Plague Ward down, get additional vision, go for the glimpse, but they weren't in range. And Shaker, he does have the Blink Dagger, but 40 seconds cooldown for Slam. He will be looking for a fight. And for Avalos, it's just a matter of, it doesn't really matter what happens with the Chaos. Oh, he's using ultimate on Nande.
Yeah, throwing everything they've got on Tim right now. Is it going to be enough to take him down? I reckon so. Nande's in the neighborhood of that said. Yayo's coming in with that Solar Guardian, joining the fight and bringing down Eki. And Nande, he's lived through all of these debuffs, and he is kind of okay on the other side, thanks to Kadaro and his heals. So, once again, the Venomancer fails to deliver.
Yeah, there's no damage at all. When he throws out the Noxious Plague, but there's no one else really around him, right? Phoenix doesn't have level 6. You're not looking at an egg to layer on top. You've got the level 4 Shadow Word from the Warlock, plus a Solar Guardian. It's so much heal. Like, for Avalos to get the kill there, it needs to be like either supports are closer or Warlock isn't in position. The fact that they throw out their spells kind of casually and enable all that sustain to come through. Pipsqueak really just stopping the early aggression. Nice.
Why are they doing this?
He's been roared. He's been slammed.
He has been slammed. They've used every single spell they have on him, and, well, they are going to kill him. Okay. Guess that's why. Lorinov goes down, and they'll get the free kill to Eki as well. Nande coming across with the arena. And this is Pipsqueaks getting into their form once again, hitting their flow state.
Yeah. Feeling extremely confident in this game, and like, who cares? Like, Kadaro doesn't care dying there, right? He presses Golem, he kills Beast. They have the catapult wave. They take mid tower of ease. The mid tower and the bot tower has fallen. They will be eyeing up the safe lane of the Dire in the upcoming moves. But yeah, 2,000 gold lead at the 11-minute mark.
Minutes in. 11-4 is the scoreline. Nande leading the net worth chart on this Mars out of these lanes, despite being counterpicked so aggressively by Saberlight on this Venomancer, but it just has not gone that way. So hard to ever answer a hero when they've got a Warlock in their lane with them. Lorinov, meanwhile, just farming up in the jungle right now. He's probably going to become the richest hero after taking these stacks. That'll be an Aghanim for him, so it's kind of on him to step up and make some action happen. I don't want to see them get run over again. I don't want to see them just play on the back foot the entire game, especially not with a Disruptor draft.
I don't think it's possible that they're going to get completely run over. Just because Beastmaster with Ags, your natural item is BKB or Blink Dagger, right? It's a way to counterplay this aggression. And the same thing for Sven, right? After Echo Saber, his natural item is a Blink Dagger and a BKB. Like, both the carry and mid lane of Avalos will want to itemize to deal with exactly what Pipsqueak are bringing. It's not as if they have cores that go, do I really want to buy this item? Do I need to survive? Like, it's part of their natural build path. So as long as Avalos just can keep the map alive for another 10 minutes, we are going to see them hit a timing to be able to counterplay. As Yanta, he doesn't have mana for Egg as of yet. He gets hit by Arena.
He's dead.
Yeah.
God's Rebuke with the armlet now fully completed is a lot of damage. he going to do this again? XNE looking like he's going to slam in the triangle, and yep, there you go. Full thing scooped up.
Yep, yoink.
There's the second slam I believe he's used on neutral camps.
No, he's been very farm focused.
Oh yeah.
It does help that Nande's doing a lot of the heavy lifting in aggression, so he doesn't feel as pressured to make moves. But Kaori, he's been in this position before, jumping in the back rider and dying, and Lornoff will collect the freebie. I say jumping in, he was walking in aggressively.
Limping.
Blink dagger, yeah, is in his stash.
Stalemate, he's down in the bottom lane, but he's got all the information he needs to know that he doesn't want to be here anymore. Plague Ward spammed out all over the place, and
I think he knew that from minute 3. Okay, Kaori TP's down, has a smoke, but
yeah, looking like they want to get into
was
that triangle. Well, don't forget, XNE, he did use that slam earlier on, but they want to come and try and
the
grab
courier.
the wisdom.
Okay, it's a Mars courier, don't worry. I got excited, but I thought it was one of the 3 that was smoked. I was like, wait a second, but no, it's just Mars' courier.
Ooh,
But not only that, there's no scan available. I always find it a little bit spooky to go for a, like, obviously this is a Wisdom Shrine smoke, so it's perfectly fine. You don't need to scan, you just take over the area. But it is always spooky when you don't have availability to just see where they are.
Yep.
And it is a double Wisdom
Still,
at the 14.
I mean, I guess part of this was that they didn't know that slam was used to farm ancients, so Avalos can't really go and contest.
No,
But I'm still a little
exactly.
surprised they just straight up let there, and like they're not even checking it here either. So seems like they just know that it's been
I just
taken. They have the Watcher, so
How do they fight it though? You're fighting into Golem, Solar Guardian, a potential arena if Mars wants to walk over as well. Like, until you get BKB on Beast and Sven, you're kind of dodging every fight. I mean,
Yeah,
your
that's
Sven is 0-0-0. Your Beastmaster is 2-1-2. It's not as if there's like a crazy timing to play on. Your Venom Monster is 1-3-1. All 3 cores and Avalos are having a very quiet game for now. Again, I am expecting that the pacing to turn, but of course it is locked behind the items.
there's that blink in and lasso from Mr. Kaori. Eki sees Kaori here. Kaori, though, I mean, he knows he can't really get away, but we'll be able to get down the cliff. Janta keeps on following. They'll set him plenty of light, but it won't be enough to kill him.
60-minute rune, what's it going to be?
Arcane bottom side, so light scouts it.
Ooh, oh, but Nande's here.
Certainly is. Saberlight, he knows, he sees him. Throws down the ulti just straight up, and whoa, XNE, he gets his blink cancelled by the Plague Ward, and that means that he completely fluffed it, but it doesn't really matter. Lorenov's still going to be dead regardless, just about caught from the extra range on that God's Rebuke. Lorenov falls. They have not really gotten a whole lot in response, just a couple of supports going down. Nande being chased here, but I don't think Saberlight's got it in him to finish the job here. Let's see. Throat keeps down on those Plague Wards, gets off the... Ooh, he won't get him. He won't get him. Nande makes it back to base and will be living after all. Another weakness of the Venomancer, no TP cancels.
Yeah, it's a really, really good Gale from Saberlight there on the Venomancer, right? Like, he goes for the fight, he already sees kind of the fight unfolding, goes for a Gale to the south, hits the Shaker, and yeah, that kind of keeps the entire fight alive for them. Venomancer is it's the classic blink cancelling hero. It's like him and Zeus are the 2 big lads. But it worked out in that instance. Can he do it again in an upcoming fight? So if he can consistently find it, then that'll be exactly what Avalos will lean on to get back into this game. And when I say get back into this game, the Beast and the Sven are farming really well. Like, it is deceptive that like, it feels like Pipsqueak are in a stronger position outside of that previous engagement. But I'm actually really scared for them. They're not stopping the farm. They're just killing supports and killing Saberlight. That only gets you so far. Saying that, they are killing Saberlight again.
Yeah, they are a bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot you can do or say about this, although Arena a little bit off the mark. Doesn't really matter. Maybe it was a message.
All right. So between the supports and Saberlight, there are 13 deaths. Between Smiling Knight and Lorinov, there are 2, in which Lorinov is 2. I hope that puts context.
Oh, look at this! Look at this Sven's KDA right now. My
I know.
goat.
Yeah, he's chilling. That's what I'm telling you. That's
He has forgotten there are heroes in this game. He thinks it's just a PvE farming simulator.
Let's see if they can find him.
Oh god, he's remembered there's heroes in the game. Jesus Christ, he's a goner. He's a goner. 0-1-0 on that Sven. Somehow
That's your
so
carry.
much worse than 0-0-0.
14 seconds for Gollum.
Pretty
Gonna
used.
kite back.
I feel like they were kind of expecting Eki to go in with Connect Field there, but they'll use it a little later on to make sure they get the kill onto XNE. He will die. Lorinov keeps chasing here, but they just don't have the catch. They just don't have the lockdown. Someone please buy an Atos or something. I'm so tired of heroes just running away from Avalos, but they will be able to catch at least the slow old man Warlock. Unk.
Yeah, luckily, luckily no one's investing in an Atos this game. It's okay. They can run away for now, but they will be dying soon. Do not fear.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, they go for the jump, they get the kill, but they're in the middle of this dire jungle in between 2 tier 2 towers, and Avalos, they react nicely. Of course, Lorinov with BKB, Aghanims. He's very happy to chase anyone back out of the jungle.
Saberlight discovering the enemy triangle as well.
Ooh, this is nice. Yeah, I like it here.
Radiant are scanning.
Can I make this my new home? That is the question.
Ooh, another smoke. They have Arena, they have Gollum. Slams and cooldown for 30 seconds, but of course it is going to be the Tormentor time. And no team. Oh, actually, only Dire has a single scan. Radiant doesn't have one available.
So of course it will be Tormentor time. Eki gonna salve up to keep himself alive through it. Yanto will be fine as well. They could be baited by this because they are really healthy after this rush. And yeah, immediately fighting Kaori on the sidelines. That's exactly the target you want to grab to make sure that lasso does not come through. BKB out from Lorinov here, and they will eventually kill the bat. But over on the side, Lande's gone in, but he's just going to get taken down as well. Way too much damage coming out from Lorinov, Saberlight, and Smiling Knight. I'll move on to Kadaro. He gets chopped up by the Sven, sashimi style. They continue down the top lane. Everybody just chased away here. XNE could not find an opening here, and of course, only just had Slam coming off cooldown.
Yeah, it's the problem there was they just weren't ready, right? It's when you look at the minimap of that fight, the Shaker wasn't even close. Batrider had been broken his smoke to the Plague Ward, plus the proximity to the enemy hero, and everything else was kind of like a frantic scramble. There was Gollum used to try and protect the Batrider. There was Solar Guardians as well. Like everything was just reactionary. There was no clear point of contact for Pipsqueak. It's find a hero, kill the hero. Just throw your spells in, lads. We'll see if we live. And of course, they are playing into a choke point where Beastmaster, BKB Aghanims can just stand his ground. The Phoenix has a pipe. Sven was able to right click, didn't get kited. You couldn't ask for a better couple of minutes for Avalos. It's multiple kills, Tormentor. They're getting everything that they need. They have fixed the little Venom offlane situation, and they are now in full stride.
They are indeed. Back in control. Saberlight gonna once again start pooping out some Plague Wards. Smoke up. Immediate jump onto Kaori. They just want to take down that Batrider, eliminate the lasso. And that is their initiation. Severely limited now on the side of Pipsqueak. Avalos are kicking it into gear right now. Pipsqueak+4, they're still smoked up. Do they still want to come over to this? They're going for the long wrap around. It's going to take some time though. But also, this Roshan's not that fast. Janto will be positioned to break the smoke, but do they have vision up on that high ground? Yes, they do. Yes, they do, but it doesn't matter. Dande's in deep, straight off the bat, but there's just way too much coming out onto him. The Supernova is down. The damage from the everybody, really. Just rip through them. Not even a chance there for Pipsqueak+4. These fights are looking so bad.
Eki's trying to hide the fact that he panic glimpsed the Dawnbreaker.
Debut for fun, he said in all
Yeah.
chat. Yeah, he was like, oh, cool. I get a get out of jail free card. It is actually crazy how fast this Mars is dying in every single fight. Is it time for Nando to buy a BKB?
No, he's got to select first.
Oh no. Yeah, this Beastmaster's a huge problem. Lorinov is doing it all right now. He is a human blender. These fights are just not takeable, it feels like.
He's just jumping in.
Hello.
Kadara.
Yep, see you later, buddy. I like how he spawns a boar on his head as well as he's doing that, because why not? Got the extra little extra bit of damage in there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
On each other's game. To be fair, Eki, he's showing middle, but with actually Warlock being dead, you don't really want to try and do anything too crazy. You just need to dodge out the Aegis as well. 3 minutes. After that, maybe you can go for a play. Of course, at any minute with the lineup of Pipsqueak, they do have that burst potential, right? A good slam, a good lasso, a good arena. They can 100-0 hero, but the concern is, can they do it, cleanly enough? And if they do get a kill, are they not going to run into the same problem that Avalos had in game 2, where it's like, if you black hole a hero or requiem them, how do you take that secondary fight? And I think when you're in a losing game with team fight heroes, you do feel that pressure to just use whatever you can to get that critical kill on a core. But then the rest of the team kind of steps up and relishes on the fact that you've had to waste those spells. So yeah, Avalos, with or without Aegis, I feel like are going to be very confident at making moves.
Yeah, it's really on. It becomes responsive now. Run Pipsqueak+4, which isn't really what they've had to play a whole lot of in this series. Playing from behind, trying to split the map, trying to get farm where they can. That's something Avalos has been really good at. In every game where they're behind, Smiling Knight and Lorinov are still always giga farm. We saw it in pretty much every game in this series where they were still able to keep themselves up. Like, sure, last game they were getting hunted much more, but they were still finding the farm. Good lord, refresher up now on the Beastmaster as well. You blink up, but the Batrider gets away.
Poor Okadara. What are you meant to do as a Warlock?
Yeah, he did get kind of double tapped there by the Sven.
That
2 to the
that's
chest.
that's 2 to the chest, but in about 5 minutes time, that could just be 1 to the head, right? He gets the Daedalus.
Yeah. Part of me always wants to see that, though. I don't know. It's something
There's
special about
nothing
watching
worse.
someone get one shot.
It's either a Daedalus 1 hit or a first hit bash. They're like the 2 things in Dota that just... Whew. They can break a man.
Yeah. Break some items.
Whoa, 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 not that far, not that far.
I mean, the progression of this map's kind of slowed down a little bit, surprisingly for Avalos. I thought they would want to kind of just go with his Aegis on Lorinov. He's got Aegis and he's got Refresher. But, I mean, I guess the kill onto the Warlock made them use God Strength, and from that point they're just, like, not wanting to really do a whole lot. It feels a shame, though. It feels like a waste. They're still going to keep making moves, but, well, Saberlight, he doesn't really care, to be quite honest with you. Gets arena'd, gets controlled, but yeah, he's kind of fine, huh?
Yeah.
The Noxious Plague response. He's got all his little plague wards up. He's gonna be absolutely
there's
fine.
There's a good sign of growth though from Nande.
That he ran away.
No, he's 100 gold from
Oh,
BKB.
oh my god.
Watch out, Kadara! No! Oh, it's a one hit!
There it is!
Oh!
It didn't take long. The moment he picks up that Daedalus, the first thing he does is take off Kadara's head with it. Oh my god.
Oh, it's so...
That was disgusting. Yeah, ignore the Storm Hand, that doesn't count.
Yeah. It doesn't count. That was spell damage. It was such a big, juicy number as well. It was like, what, 1,580 or something? Whew. At least Kadara's having fun.
Yeah, maybe. I think about it, he even has an armor item as well. He's got the Solar Crest. Maybe he'd used it on
You
someone else,
gotta
though.
press it, yeah. It's 350 barrier plus the 225 barrier. Okay. I still don't think he lives actually.
Look.
Oh, Venom.
Yeah, it's a little awkward here with the arena. Doesn't quite connect, but you know they'll use the slam to make sure that Saberlight goes down.
Can we look at the minimap real quick, just so we know exactly where Avalos is positioned? Look where the Venom died. That's how bold Avalos is being right now. Saberlight basically like solo in the enemy jungle. His team are nowhere near. Like they are on the outskirts of the map.
He's not solo. He's got his Plague Wards, his little buddies.
That's true. Yeah. You tell Saberlight that. But that's how confident Avalos are. They don't really care. Of course, Arena is in cooldown, so Smiling Knight is going in.
See you later, XNE. He is out of here. Deki trying to find more targets for Smiling Knight to grab, and yeah, he's going to be that target. But yeah, he's got a little bit more health than the Shaker does, so Altimos gets out okay. It will just be the one kill for Smiling Knight under that God Strength.
Slowly becoming the Smiling Knight show, right? Whenever he has God Strength and Vision, he's good to go. Kadaro, oh well. Don't really know what he's doing here. He's off on a wander, but these woods are not safe.
Oh no. Granddad's out and about.
That's right, he's back home
Immediate
now.
TP down to the bottom side for Loranov. Just wants to make sure no one can play this map. And yeah, the scan's going to connect. Oh no, Loranov's here. He's up to no good. In fact, Kaori even considering jumping here. Not sure that would be advised, but with the whole team, maybe. It might be a good read. Ooh, Kaori just a little bit off the mark, and Loranov even turning around and giving him a little bit of a shout, a bit of a telling off, I would say.
They're 15,000 gold up at the 31-minute market. So, what are we looking at? Take Tormentor, get next Roshan, look to try and close out the game is kind of what I'm looking towards. Yeah, but we haven't really spoke about Pipsqueak in regards to if there's any items coming up for them to lean on. Unfortunately, they've had to itemize so defensively, right? It's the BKB, the Axe on the Dawnbreaker, it's the BKB on the Earthshaker, BKB on the Mars, and when you get triple BKB, sometimes it's a sign of overwhelming your opponent, but in this game, when you don't have that scaling right-clicking core, it just feels really, really bad.
Kaori going to be able to grab Saberlight. Saberlight very quick on the BKB, though. Is going to be able to get that off, and now turns around, throws down the Noxious Plague onto the Batrad, who gets glimpsed back into Oblivion. Whether Arena on the backlines onto both of the supports. Yanta and Eki have been taken out of this one. Can they do it without them? Smiling Knight looking for his target, trying to run down Nande, but Nande under the cover of BKB. He's trying to back himself away. Loranov is here, though. He's got the Roar, and he's going to use it to make sure they can get this kill onto the Mars. Carry Mars is dead. The only one left, once again, is Yayo on the Dawnbreaker, who wants nothing to do with this.
They are hitting the high ground. There's nothing to stop them. Normally it's kind of fun to concoct ideas on how a team can come back, but I'm happy to sit in silence and just watch Avalos just close out this game. I'm not going to, obviously, we're here to cast, but
Yeah, if we did that, we would not get paid, so...
no, yeah, I think it's part of the contract. Must speak certain words per minute.
That's all it is. That's all it just must sign here.
Yeah, the standards are very high.
Tier 2 tower drop. That's every single tier 2 gone. Bottom lane barracks also taken away. A Roshan sits waiting, looking very delicious in the bottom pit right now. Avalos, the game, and their ticket to DreamLeague Season 27 is theirs to take at the moment. Does not feel like they can do a whole lot. A shame for Pipsqueak+4. This Mars thing looked absolutely perfect for them in game number 2, but as you rightly said, when I suggested it in the drafting phase, it is a very different game. It is not going to look the same. And that's been exactly the case.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest issues here is, not even the biggest issues actually, the saddest realities of the outcome of the series is we're not going to get a stack qualifier to DreamLeague. I think it's always kind of cool when you look at qualifiers and it's filled with all these orgs who have boot camps and, you know, ways to support teams. The fact that we are looking at an organization versus a stack in the best of 3 qualifying spot, especially when other organizations, you know, fell short in this qualifier, you know, mainly, you know, OG and Mouse are probably the most notable, you know, Passion UA as well. Like the fact that we could have had a stack qualify through the Western European region, you know, it would have been great for the players, great for them to be noticed by
Top lane,
other
they're
organizations.
going deep here.
They are
Looking for
going-
Lorinov, and they may have just found him. Really, really good play here coming out, and they're also going to find the +1 onto Eki.
Okay.
A little
They
bit
heard
of
me
life
talking
being
about
shown.
the, yeah, they heard.
Yeah,
no,
you
they
were
obviously didn't,
giving them the
but-
post-mortem, and they're on the operating
I
table
was,
like,
yeah.
ah,
Oh,
Wait a
guys, we I heard a little beep. We're going.
still fine. Yeah, they're still fighting. They won't stop until that bell rings, that is for sure. Pipsqueak+4. They want to believe they're still in it, and
I respect that entirely, right? Like, never call GG until your ancient explodes. That should be the logic of any Dota player. As a caster, it can be very different, right? You're not in the game, but it is very commendable that the way that Pipsqueak are still trying to find the pickoffs and the kills and the fissure. Ooh, keeps
gets
his
him out.
Bat Rider alive.
oh.
Is there any world where Pipsqueak can try and find another kill in this window of Beastmaster being dead? When he respawns, he's going to have Boot to Travel 2, Refresher, BKB, everything possible to want to run down and get some kills.
Radiant are scanning.
It kind of comes down to Saberlight. If he plays away from his team again, he's definitely killable. He's got
he
this
has
time,
Aeon
though,
Disc
the
now,
Aeon Disc
yeah.
ready to disassemble. That might make it harder.
Oh, ooh. Aeon just kind of walked in, walked out.
Yeah, the dust kind of scaring him away, quite rightly so. This is easily within blink range of Smiling Knight, so kind of not fancying their chances of initiating onto Saberlight there. Maybe that dust was a bit of a blessing.
Ooh,
Now Lorinov is back.
But he's being a bit cheeky, right? Like, he's not keeping his buyback. He just bought an ultimate orb.
Okay. These are things we will talk about if this game goes horribly wrong in the next few minutes, as in comes Mars once again, but gets roared up immediately, so can't really follow up. But Yayo's going to be able to take down Eki. And with your first kill, Smiling Knight enters onto Nande, but Nande happily standing his ground for the moment. He is not dropping that low as he saves that BKB, but in comes a slam from Xeni. It's doing good damage back the other way, but not nearly enough. Smiling Knight, he cuts down Nande, puts an end to their hopes and dreams. They'll have to at least get out on the TP from Yayo. Kidaro maybe won't be so lucky, and Xeni certainly won't be. That's a huge pick off there from Smiling Knight, jumping in and finding him as Lorinov slowly but surely cuts up Kidaro. Death by 1,000 axes. Never mind, he doesn't have invis detection. Kidaro's fine.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Never mind, he doesn't have a TP for 1 second. Lorinov gets him. Meanwhile, in the Radiant base,
Yep.
a
Oh,
lasso, a buyback, an attempt here. Maybe more than attempt, maybe a kill.
He has Aegis.
Aegis is up, along with the Satanic.
Satanic?
Well, you'd say Satanic here to try and buy himself a little bit more time and buy the team time to get back in. Lorinov's nearby. His blink's been cancelled by the flames, so blink out from Smiling Knight. They didn't have the cancel, unfortunately.
the key thing here, though, is for Pipsqueak, they're going to feel kind of bad, right? The fact that they... Ooh, hold up. The fact that they put so much pressure in that fight, but of course, being down 20,000 gold, they nearly clutched the fight. Like, imagine if this was a 10k lead or an 8k lead. That's going to be a
would've
big
been different.
comeback moment. Yeah, so different. But the, kind of the multiple mistakes that they made along this way, even when they find that fight, it's so hard to overcome the advantage that Avalos has been able to build up, and they are going to reset. They are just going to re-understand how they want to approach this high ground. Of course, Mid racks and top racks are still standing. Koyori, they see him. Also cancelled the blink dagger. Dusted the glimmer as well. Got the glimpse. Little croaker for assistance, and yeah. But he does go down.
Yeah, Croaker won't change anything. Lorenov's still going to be able to chop him up. Buyback available on the Batrider, though. Will likely be needed here if Avalos choose to go for the high ground. Spine Knight just has to choose his neutral item. We'll go for the alert giant small. Of course, attack speed, range. Those are the two of the most important things. Batrider gonna be buying back into this, and Spine Knight takes the hint, backs himself out, but you know, of course, Lorenov sticking around nearby under cover of smoke. Now it's his turn to have a crack at these barracks.
Well, very early BKB, yeah. I mean, of course, with Shaker in the game, it's very good to preemptive, and he gets the mini racks. Oh, arena.
Yeah, he sees the opportunity here onto Lorenov. Lorenov does have the refresher, and Aghanim Supernova coming out from the Phoenix, answering this beautifully, and now the turnaround. Nande is dead once again. Crit by Smiling Knight, moving for more, finding Ye on the sidelines as well. Smiling Knight gets a double kill, 2 heroes dead without buyback. GG is called. It will be Avalos qualifying to DreamLeague Season 27. They took the long road, but they make it happen, and they will be headed there.
Yeah, and of course, congratulations to Avalos. I think this third game, it showed a lot of discipline, right, under the a little bit of pressure of Veno just losing his lane. It didn't matter because